Welcome to the Bulldogs Coaches Show, featuring Howe, Athletic Director and Head Coach, Zach Hudson. Coach, last week, a early 14-0 lead. You controlled the entire first quarter. And I know that's what you wanted to do with this offense and how you wanted to do with this football team, and that had to be impressive for you.
It was. Our kids came out ready to play. They were prepared. They were focused. Some things happened after that first quarter that hurt us, and that was just we couldn't change the field. We couldn't get a drive put together like we were in the first quarter, and it seemed to happen the whole time. It was either a penalty backing us up or just one missed block or something like that. But it is. I mean, that's what we're built to do is control the clock, and it helps our young defense out when we can do that. And hopefully we can build on that first quarter and understand what it takes to beat a very good football team.
It looked like you were going to have a very good football team down at the half, but with them able to score right before the half, kind of changed the momentum of the game.
It did, and there were some complications with some timeouts and all that, and it was one of those things that we couldn't change the field. They had a short field on us. They had to drive 40 yards to score. We thought we had them. And they had a busted play that scored, and just one of those things that we got to get better at and rally to the football a little bit better.
You're in a situation now where you've lost 4 straight, and you wonder about the kids and how are they able to maintain their focus.
Well, we've lost 4 straight to 4 teams that will probably be at least 2 to 3 deep in the playoffs. So, saying that, the schedule's set up for that purpose, and so when we hit district, and now that we've played our first game in district, we're not having to step up to play a district ball game, and so I think our kids have handled it. They have confidence and they're ready to go. They're more focused this week than they were even last week. So I think they see the light at the end of the tunnel, and they understand why the schedule was set up the way it was. And we were in every ball game, and except really for the Pottsboro game, and now that we have everybody back, everybody's going to be on the field. Tyler Grisham will be out, but for the most part, everybody else but one will be in there, so that helps things out.
Now, the game film process has changed a lot over the years. Used to, you'd exchange tapes with the old video tapes with the other coaches. How does that work these days?
Well, now everything's on the internet. There's a program called Huddle that everybody in the state of Texas has, and our booster club buys it for us, and it actually works for basketball and everything, so our kids can watch film anywhere on their phones, watch it on iPads, watch it on home computers, but from anywhere that has Wi-Fi. And so it makes things a lot easier. We don't have to get in the car and drive and meet people halfway and things like that. So sometimes the old school way works, but this is a lot easier.
Now, Tom Bean kind of sitting in your same situation. They're 2-4. They've lost 3 straight. They're probably telling their kids the same thing right now.
Absolutely. They're still a good football team. And we have to go out and play. We're going to have to play every week. But again, the schedule is set up, so you can't take a play off. And the more we reiterate that, then the better off we'll be.
Now, Tom Bean, they've shown a lot of different formations on offense and defense the last couple of weeks. What do you expect to see from them? They're
going to run the ball. They're going to try to run the ball down our throat like everybody else has. With a young defense, that's what people are going to try to do. And we got to get better at stopping it. And when we can stop that, force the ball deep, that's when we'll be at our best.
This has been the Bulldogs Coaches Show featuring Howe, Athletic Director and Head Coach, Zach Hudson.
GCEC Wireless, located in Van Alstyne off of Exit 51, can help you with all your Verizon wireless needs. They have a wide range of products and services, including smartphones, wireless home and mobile internet, wireless home phone service, and accessories. They're also your local DirecTV dealer. So come on by or call them at 903-712-2355. That's GCEC Wireless. And go Bulldogs!
Think back to the best fried pie you've ever had. It won't compare to Sweetie Pies in Van Alstyne. They have handmade apricot, apple, peach, buttermilk, chocolate, coconut, and lemon fried pies that melt in your mouth. Located at 120 South Main Street in Van Alstyne on the east side of downtown. Give them a call at 903-712-PIES. That's 903-712-7437. Sweetie Pies can also make custom Howe cookies, muffins, and other baked goods.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. Monty Walker along with Michael Mosier and the rest of the gang. Let's go over the starting lineup for the Howe Bulldogs on offense. The left tackle, Josh Griffin, 6 foot 220 and a senior. The left guard, Charles Overby, 5'10", 185 senior. The sophomore center, 5'10", 180-pound Tanner Hartsfield. The right guard, Kiefer Rogers, 6 foot 225 senior. The right tackle, the freshman Clay Marshall, 5'10", 235 pounds. And the tight end, Matt Griffin, 6'4", 265. The wide receiver for the Howe Bulldogs, Caleb Ake, 6'1", 190 and a senior. The slot back, Stratton Carroll, 6 foot 180. And the quarterback, Joaquin Lopez, 5'11", 180-pound senior. The fullback, and he brings his 750 yards and 10 touchdowns to tonight's game, 5'10", 175-pound senior Anthony Hawthorne. The running back tonight who will not be starting, Tyler Grisham, will not be starting tonight. He might play, but he had concussion-like symptoms a week ago, so they'll play precaution with him, and in his place will be Tristan Stump Matthews, the junior, 5'9", 215. Against the Howe offense, the Tom Bean Tomcat defense will feature up front Brett Shields, Colby McKay, and Sheldon Robertson. Shields is 6'4", 245 senior, 5'11", 220 senior is McKay, and Robertson is 6'4", 200 and a senior. Up front, they average 222 across the line. The four linebacker set, Keona Pawuna, 5'8", 160 and a sophomore. Hunter Brook, 6'4", 205 and a senior. Dylan Ashlock, 5'11", 200 and a senior. And Colton Blomstead, 6 foot 155 and a junior. The cornerbacks for Tom Bean, Gray Trentman, 6'2", 165 and a senior. And Brock Shields, not Brooke Shields, Brock Shields, 6'1", 155 and a senior. The safeties tonight for Tom Bean, Daniel Jackson, 6'1", 180 and a junior, and Lane Beck, 6 foot 170. Let's go over the starting offense for the Tom Bean Tomcats. Up front, Jane Keister, 6'5", 295 and a senior. Colby McKay, 5'11", 220-pound senior. The center, 6 foot 225-pound junior, is Jordan Gardner. The right guard, 6 foot 235 senior, is Colton Curd. The right tackle, Brett Shields, 6'4", 245 and a senior. The tight end, Hunter Brook, 6'4", 205 and a senior. The wide receiver for the Tom Bean Tomcats, Tanner Ellis, 6'4", 185 and a senior. He has 18 catches, 219 yards and a touchdown to lead his team in receiving. Slot receiver Bryson Jones, and the quarterback tonight, Peyton Jones, 6'1", 185 and a sophomore. The running back for Tom Bean, Daniel Jackson, who has 82 carries, 483 yards and 3 touchdowns on the season, 6'1", 180 pounds and a junior. And on the right side, wide receiver is Lane Beck, 6'3", 170 and a senior. Up front, the Tom Bean Tomcats average 237 across the front line. They have 8 seniors on offense, 2 juniors and 1 sophomore. For the Howe Bulldogs, up front, Joaquin Lopez will start at defensive end, 5'11", 180 and a senior. The defensive tackle, Joel Minivar, 6 foot 220 pounds and a junior. Tristan Matthews, the nose guard, 5'9", 215, the junior. He will be going both ways tonight as he will take Tyler Grisham's spot as the slot on offense. Ty Portman back, seems to be very healthy, and will be at his customary defensive end position, 5'10", 185 and a junior. The cornerbacks tonight, Easton Ross and Quentin Harris, both 5'10". Harris is 175 and a senior. Ross is 160 and a senior. The linebackers tonight, a little bit of a different look. Tanner Hartsfield will start at middle linebacker, 5'10", 180 and a sophomore. Also, Dalton Felder will get the start at linebacker tonight. He's 5'8", 170 and a junior. Also starting at linebacker, Charles Overby, and he is 5'10", 185 and a senior. So with Felder moving to the linebacker position, that means Levi Mrozinski will start at safety. He's 6'1", 165 and a junior. The strong safety, Anthony Hawthorne, 5'10", 175 senior. And you'll also see Stratton Carroll out there, 6 foot 180 and a junior. The head coach for the Howe Bulldogs, Zach Hudson, in his second year here at Howe. He's from Rockwall, Texas. His wife is Carrie. She's a former head volleyball coach. Their kids are Kai and Bodie, 7 and 4 years old. Coach Hudson went to Navarro College and then Texas A&M Commerce. He has a record of Howe at 5 and 10. 25th head coach in Howe history. Coaching stops Garland, Lakeview, Weimer, LaGrange, back to Weimer as the head coach and athletic director, and now here at Howe as the head coach and athletic directors. Next win would tie Larry McFarland, who was 6 and 14 from 2001, 2002. H.A. McDonald was 6 and 3 in 1941. And the very first head coach in school history, Barnes Milam, was 6 and 4 in 1935. So Coach Hudson still looking for that 6th win in school history. Howe's overall record is 357 wins, 331 losses, and 24 ties. In the series, Howe leads Tom Bean 28-10 since 1935. Howe has lost 6 of the last 8, however, dating back to 2002. Howe 947 points to Tom Bean's 397 overall, and Howe won 12 in a row from 1943 to 1986. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back with more Howe Bulldog football in just a moment on HoweEnterprise.com.
It's way too hot for your vehicle's AC to go out. Head over to 4A Automotive in Howe for their special air conditioning service checkup for just $39.95. For over 10 years, they've provided the most reliable and dependable service and repairs in the area. 4A Automotive is a bumper-to-bumper service shop. They do it all, from autos to diesels, and they're front-end specialists too. So call 4A Automotive today at 903-546-0024. They're located 4 miles east of Howe at the corner of FM 902 and Luella Road.
Calling all Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic in Howe for half-price shakes after 8 and open until midnight. Home games only, where you get great food and big smiles. And a little message for all our Howe football players: go Bulldogs, fight, Bulldogs win, win, win. 'Cause it's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. Monty Walker along with Michael Mosier and the rest of the gang. And that gang, being Stephen Braswell, should join us fairly soon. We'll let you listen right now to the Howe School song. And that is the Howe School song. Now, the words have changed a little bit over the years, but it's still the same song. And I don't know that I'll ever know the actual new song, the new words, but at least it says we're not so very brilliant anymore. It doesn't say that anymore. But, oh well. So let's talk about the history of this, if you call rivalry. It wasn't much of a rivalry back in the day, as Howe pretty much owned Tom Bean for the first 50 years. We'll kind of go over this as Howe leads the series. We told you a moment ago, 28-10, but have lost the last 6 of the last 8, dating back to 2002. Howe won 12 in a row from 1943 to 1986, and 18 of 19 from 35 to 86. The first game was played between these two teams back on November the 27th, 1935 in Tom Bean. Howe won that initial contest 39-0 on the strength of Billy Bryant Cloud's 100-yard performance. The first game played at Bulldog Stadium right here between the two teams was on November 27th, 1936 with a 30-0 Howe win over Tom Bean. The Tomcats' first win over Howe was on November the 20th, 1941. And it was their only win, actually, in 52 years over Howe. Now that's some domination by the Bulldogs during that time.
Yeah, it was.
The Howe domination ended on November the 6th, 1987, on a strange night in Tom Bean, with Howe, who was 8-1, thought to be a lock for the district runner-up and advance to the playoffs. However, Tom Bean's black dot game was born. And Howe was upset 23-20 by Tom Bean and their rushing attack led by Brian Ham and his 258 yards that night in 1987. It was the only year in which Howe head coach Jim Fryer would miss the playoffs in his tenure here at Howe. Howe finished 8-2 and did not make the playoffs. Two players tonight are sons of two players that played in that game. Howe's Brian Ross, his son Easton Ross will play cornerback, and Tom Bean Tomcats Chad Ashlock's son Dylan Ashlock will play for Tom Bean. So kind of interesting tonight. It's kind of the black dot game, second generation, if you will. Since that last black dot game in 1987, Howe barely leads the series 10-8. Howe is 16-4 versus Tom Bean here at Bulldog Stadium over the years. Tom Bean's first win in Howe came back in 1995 after losing their first 13 tries. Tom Bean has won 3 of the last 4 games in Howe. The last time Tom Bean played in Howe was on September 26, 2008, so it's been a while. But Tom Bean won that game 7-6. Howe's last win over Tom Bean at Bulldog Stadium came on October the 20th, 2006, when the Bulldogs shut out the Tomcats 27-0. And last year, Howe won 43-20 in a nice victory for the Bulldogs.
Yeah. Was that last year?
Last year. 43-20. So both teams, as we mentioned, 2-4, 0-1 in district, pretty much mirroring each other at the moment, trying to get back on schedule. And somebody's going to break their losing streak tonight.
Right.
Howe has the 4-game losing streak, but has played tougher teams, if you will. Tom Bean with a 3-game losing streak, trying to find their stride as well. And tonight ought to be a pretty good matchup. And those who are Bulldog fans, which most of you listening are, the Bulldogs feel pretty good about this game tonight.
Yeah, they should be pretty evenly matched. We're getting overrun here with coaches.
The coaches making their way up to the top of the press box. As we'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back in just a moment with more Howe Bulldog football on HoweEnterprise.com.
You're invited to the one and only Bucksnort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to decide. Come taste the difference at Bucksnort Barbecue. For complete store information, including menu, location, and hours, click on bucksnortbarbecue.com. That's bucksnortbbq.com. Bucksnort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is a proud supporter of the Howe Bulldogs. The Howe Athletic Booster Club invites you to become a supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
And the type of kids we have, they're just hard workers and do anything you ask.
Memberships are $25 and will be available at all home games. All proceeds benefit high school and middle school athletic programs. Please join the Howe Athletic Booster Club in our efforts to support our hometown kids.
When people come here, you know, it's something they can be proud of.
The Howe Enterprise has served Howe as the hometown news since 1963. Since then, the Bulldogs have won 8 districts, 7 by-district, 3 area championships, and 1 regional title. We've seen 14 different head coaches during that time. The Howe Enterprise has been with the Bulldogs for 51 years. We were there when the Pride of Howe won 3 band state championships. HoweEnterprise.com publishes weekly on Mondays.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium as the Tom Bean Tomcats have run through their tunnel. And the Howe Bulldogs are just about prepared to run through theirs with the victory line intact. And here come the Bulldogs. In customary all black pants, black jerseys, black helmets, black face mask, black socks and shoes. White numbers with the Bulldog head insignia on the helmet. The Tom Bean Tomcats come in tonight wearing all white. White pants, white jerseys, black helmets, and they have the October pink socks on. The entire team wearing the pink socks tonight. So the Bulldogs captain's about to take a step out on the field. We'll check. I think that's Charles Overby, Anthony Hawthorne, and Joaquin Lopez for the Bulldogs. will check across on the other side, and that will be Sheldon Robertson and Tanner Ellis and Colton Blomstead for the Tom Bean Tomcats.
Number 2, Anthony Hawthorne. Number 10, Easton Ross.
The officials tonight, Kendall Atwood, Archie, I can't read my writing, Freeman, the head linesman, Logan Taylor, the line judge, Brian Hughes, the back judge, Cade Petty. They are out of the Commerce chapter. And once again, the captains are at midfield. They're doing the coin toss right now. Joaquin Lopez doing the talking for the Howe Bulldogs.
Whew, that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Climbing up there and shutting that door.
See Mr. Former Bulldog Heath Horton walking up the steps. He's been a little sick this past week. Good to see him out and about. Hope he's not spreading his diseases. I hope I'm not either. Looks like the Tom Bean Tomcats won the toss. They elect to receive, and we will start this football game here in just a moment. We'll take one more quick timeout and be back in a moment with more Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com.
Carrie's Coffee Company in historic downtown Van Alstyne, next to the post office, is the new upscale coffee shop serving Van Alstyne, Howe, and surrounding areas. Carrie's Coffee Company offers a wide variety of organic coffee and non-coffee beverages and baked goods. Come visit Carrie's Coffee Company in downtown Van Alstyne, next to the post office, and mention this ad and get 50% off your first beverage. Open Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. and 7 a.m. on Saturdays. Carrie's Coffee Company is Texas quality.
You're able to play tonight. I thank you for the bands that are here, all the parents that are here to support us, and I just ask that you watch over each and every one of us. And just never pray. Amen.
It is the prayer for tonight, before tonight's contest, and now we should have the national anthem here momentarily.
Business has a story to tell. Let Fast Signs help you tell it using the right mix of visual communication solutions like signs, banners, digital displays, vehicle graphics, mobile marketing, and so much more. Give Fast Signs your business challenge and we'll come up with a plan to grow your business, reach more customers, and accomplish more than you ever thought possible. Fast Signs. More than fast, more than signs.
Fast Signs Texoma, located at 1916 North Grand Avenue in Sherman, 903-893-SIGN.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium as we are just about ready for the kickoff tonight. It is football time in Texas. It's a beautiful Friday night. Just absolutely Chamber of Commerce weather. No breeze for the most part. Not a huge breeze, but it's not hot either. I thought this afternoon it might be a little sticky tonight, but I think it feels pretty good out there.
Yeah, they're talking about cooling down a little bit, a little cool front tonight.
Stephen Braswell just made his way into the press box from the big run through that they set up down in the end zone. And looks like Howe is just about ready to kick this one off, as it will be the freshman Bryce Honecker back to boom this one away. 5 yards away, now kicks it, a high, short pooch kick, going to be taken at the 25-yard line by an up man by Tom Bean. Slips one defender and finally tackled. The ball is loose on the ground. Another Tomcat picked it up. It was picked up by Blomstead, and he actually gained another 7 yards after the fumble. So that actually helped Tom Bean by fumbling the football, and Tom Bean will take over now just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
Tom Bean ball, 1st and 10 from their own 49-yard line.
Yeah, absolutely no, that wasn't designed, but it was good for about maybe 8 yards on the fumble. 1st and 10 for Tom Bean, moving left to right. This will be a shotgun, and now a handoff to Jackson, who's met at the line of scrimmage and shakes out of that one tackle by Tanner Hartsfield. He just met Hartsfield about a yard deep and then just shook him and turned and gained another 4 yards or so. And it'll be 2nd down and 5 into Howe territory at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, this change, I'm going to have to pay a little bit closer attention.
So 2 men in the backfield along with the quarterback Jones, and he'll hand off to the first man through, and that is Dylan Ashlock, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 5. Now Ashlock, the son of Chad Ashlock, and Easton Ross on the field, the son of Brian Ross. Their dads played in probably the most storied game between Howe and Tom Bean back in 1987 when Tom Bean shocked Howe and won for only the 2nd time in 52 years. Knocked Howe out of the playoffs. The Bulldogs stayed home 8-2. And this is going to be the quarterback Jones looking right side, now flushed out of the pocket, cuts it up. He's got the 40 and brought down after a 1st down to the 36-yard line.
Charlie Overby in on the stop.
And that will be enough for the 1st down for Tom Bean, as Jones looked to throw on the right side, and then he was under pressure, had to tuck it, made that one step, and he got by Overby and made his way towards the middle of the field, picked up the 1st down, and here we are at 1st and 10. 2 receivers to the top, 1 at the bottom, 1 man in the backfield along with Jones. Wants to throw the swing pass out left side, it's caught and dropped. It'll be 2nd down and 10. He was trying to hit his receiver, Tanner Ellis, who came in tonight, 18 catches for 219 yards and a touchdown, and he just simply dropped that one.
Yeah, I think maybe he might have caught Portman in his peripheral vision. He might have been expecting that hit.
Stump Matthews at the nose guard position, along with Kiefer Rogers at the tackle. Here's a toss right side. That is Jackson. He makes a couple of moves, nice nifty moves down inside the 30.
Still on his feet.
And they bring him down right at the 1st down marker. They'll move the sticks, as I believe he got to the 25-yard line. Enough for a 1st down.
Andrew Griffin, Charlie Overby in on the stop. I'm sorry, that's Dalton Felder in on the stop.
Yeah, Felder playing linebacker tonight in the position of Tyler Grisham, who will not start tonight. He may play, but Felder moves to linebacker, and Levi Merzinski gets the start at safety. 1st and 10, handoff. Jackson, left side, trying to bump it out. And right there is Levi Merzinski to take him down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 2. It'll be 3rd and 12 for Tom Bean.
Tanner Hartsfield in on that stop. Ty Portman sent him a different direction. He was fixing to cut up, and Portman kind of redirected him right into the grasp of Marinsky.
9:43 on the 1st quarter clock. No score, just underway here at Bulldog Stadium. 2nd down and 12 for Tom Bean. And this is going to be Jones wanting to throw. And he has a man. It's caught. Enough for a 1st down. Jackson makes the catch, slips out of a defender, and escapes to about the 10-yard line to pick up another 1st down.
Nick Wilson in on the stop.
Brought down by Nick Wilson for the Dogs.
Howe's got to get in there. He had a little bit too much time to survey the field and find his open man.
Time being taken off the clock here by Tom Bean. 14 seconds on the play clock. Just underway, no score at the moment, but Tom Bean knocking on the door at the 10-yard line. This is a toss left side and a gain of about 4 yards for the running back, Peyton Jones, actually the quarterback keeper.
Stop by Tanner Hartsfield.
And on the stop. 2nd and goal from the 5.
And now timeout has been called. The official timeout. An injured player down on the field, and believe, well, no, it's not. It may be the quarterback. Our spotter and Mosier, Michael Mosier, say that it's the quarterback, Peyton Jones. Now, he's been injured a lot this season, and when he's injured, Daniel Jackson has been the quarterback for this Tom Bean Tomcat team. And Jones, who has gone down quite a bit in the early goings, he's a sophomore, 6'1", 185. So far this season, he's 44 out of 80, 3 interceptions, 643 yards passing, and 4 touchdowns. He's also rushed 59 times for 219 yards and 3 touchdowns. But he is still down, and we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll come back with more Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com.
Hi, this is Chris with Cavender Home Theater, your local satellite television expert. Our customers are raving about the Hopper from Dish, the most advanced DVR. You can record up to 6 shows at once and instantly skip commercials in recorded primetime TV. But that's not all. With Dish, you can watch all your live and recorded TV anywhere. Visit Cavender Home Theater, your Dish authorized retailer, or call 903-892-3499 today.
Looked like a left ankle possibly for the quarterback, Peyton Jones, who was helped off by his coaches. Seems to be walking a little bit better than he was just a moment ago, so there is a possibility he could return. It is 8:48 on the first quarter clock, no score. Tom Bean knocking on the door, 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line. 2 men in the backfield, Jackson in the backfield. He will play quarterback in shotgun formation. Ashlock to his left. Jackson's going to keep it over left guard, barreling his way through into the end zone. Touchdown, Tom Bean. With 8:36 on the first quarter clock, Tom Bean strikes first blood at Bulldog Stadium. The Tomcats line up in the swinging gate. The kicker, and this is going to be a 2-point conversion on the swinging gate. A strange looking play. It looked like a free throw by Daniel Jackson, who got the snap in shotgun formation and just kind of tossed it over the center. A strange looking play, but 6-0 for Tom Bean, and that kind of blows my mind. We'll be back in a moment with more Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com.
Abby's Restaurant is family owned and run. They have the cure for all your home cooking cravings. Chicken fried steak, loaded baked potato, bacon patty melt, grilled chicken salad, cheese fries, jalapeno stuffed peppers, and more. Don't forget to save room for that cheesecake and cobbler with ice cream. We know you're going to love the food and the service. Abby's Restaurant in downtown Howe. They're open from 11 to 8, Monday through Saturday. Give them a call, 903-487-8860. Abby's Restaurant.
If you can't see the difference, why pay the difference? Switch to Dish for a great deal. Only Dish offers free HD for 24 months and premium movie channels free for 3 months, including Blockbuster at home. Save a bundle when you combine DishNet high-speed internet with your TV service. Get more for less with Dish. Visit Cavender Home Theater, your Dish authorized retailer, or call 903-892-3499 for details. CavenderHT.com.
Well, it was a 52-yard drive, a 51-yard drive, however. It took 3 minutes and 24 seconds off the clock, and Tom Bean's on the board, 6-0. This is going to be a kick to the left side. It'll be taken by Stratton Carroll. And he's got some room to the 45 and down, well, right at the 45. He crossed the 40 and actually came up just shy. They'll mark it at about the 44. It's a strange mark. No, that's shy of the 40 even.
Yeah, Dylan Ashlock made the stop.
So Howe now with 8:29 on the first quarter clock, trailing Tom Bean here in the first quarter. This will be Hawthorne to the left side. He's got the 50, 40. He's got the 30. It's a foot race. He cuts it inside and is brought down inside the 20 to the 15-yard line. If he'd have just kept running, I believe he'd have made it to the house. But that cutback allowed for Tom Bean to bring him down. But a huge run for Anthony Hawthorne on the very first play of the game.
Gray Trentman and Sheldon Robertson in on the stop.
13-yard line.
Nice run there. At a 55-yard run. So it'll be 1st and 10. Bulldogs moving right to left towards the north end zone. Stratton Carroll in motion. Handoff Hawthorne. Not much. No, this is going to be Joaquin Lopez who kept it around the right side. He'll make his way to the 10 and inside that to the 9.
Sheldon Robertson, Hunter Brook in on the stop for the Tomcats.
So already, Howe, who controlled and owned the first quarter last week against Gunner, is in position here inside the 10. Here's a handoff to Stump Matthews on his first carry of the game, and he's brought down right at the line of scrimmage, maybe even lost a yard. Not much doing there for Stump. And
Clayton Stevens in on the stop.
Matthews, number 44, the ball carrier.
The Bulldogs now have it 3rd and 10.
Not used to seeing him run the ball.
Make that 3rd and 8 from the 10. Yeah, Matthews in place of Tyler Grisham, who did not get the start tonight, had the concussion. So 3rd and 8 here. Carroll in motion. He'll get the toss on the right side, looking for that block. Leaps over one defender, has about 3 yards, not enough for the first down. It'll be 4th down and 5, and we'll see what Coach Hudson elects to do here. You have the freshman kicker who's basically automatic from this distance, but it would be a nice chance to keep the drive alive on 4th and 5.
Yeah, Sheldon Robertson, Gray Trentman in on the stop for the Tomcats.
No kicker coming onto the field here. And there will be a timeout by Howe. We'll take one too. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com.
For my family, life is a series of celebrations, from my newest born cousin to my grandmother. We all partake in births, weddings, and funerals. Wherever we celebrate, we need to feel welcome. That's why we choose Scoggins Funeral Home in Howe. Scoggins Funeral Home understands our needs. Talk to the caring staff at Scoggins Funeral Home. Call 903-532-5577 or visit scogginsfuneralhome.com.
GCEC Wireless, located in Van Alstyne off of Exit 51, can help you with all your Verizon wireless needs. They have a wide range of products and services, including smartphones, wireless home and mobile internet, wireless home phone service, and accessories. They're also your local DirecTV dealer. So come on by or call them at 903-712-2355. That's GCEC Wireless. And go Bulldogs!
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium, 4th and 5. Howe going for it, toss left side. That's going to be Dalton Felder on the carry. He's got the 5. He's got the end zone. It is touchdown time in Texas. A flag is down late, however, and we'll check that right at the 5-yard line. I got a little carried away. I'm going to need to wipe off the window there on that touchdown call. We'll see what the flag is. For a moment, Howe has scored.
Personal foul is a call.
Yeah, the touchdown is good. It'll be a personal foul after the touchdown. So Felder not only converts the
number 8 scoring the touchdown.
First down, he also converts on the touchdown there. There's 6:13 on the clock. Howe didn't take very long to score there. 2 minutes and 16 seconds to be exact to score. And right now the game is tied 6-6. We're awaiting this PAT, which assuredly should be the Howe lead. But Howe's lining up in the same swinging gate formation. We'll see if they try to shoot a free throw just like Tom Bean did a moment ago. This is bad news here. I'm already putting a 7 on the board for Howe. I probably should not do this. And here's Honecker with the kick. It is up. And it is true. 7-6. Howe leads with 6:13 left to go in the first quarter. We'll be back in just a moment with more Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com.
Think back to the best fried pie you've ever had. It won't compare to Sweetie Pies in Van Alstyne. They have handmade apricot, apple, peach, buttermilk, chocolate, coconut, and lemon fried pies that melt in your mouth. Located at 120 South Main Street in Van Alstyne on the east side of downtown. Give them a call at 903-712-PIES. That's 903-712-7437. Sweetie Pies can also make custom Howe cookies, muffins, and other baked goods.
It's way too hot for your vehicle's AC to go out. Head over to 4A Automotive in Howe for their special air conditioning service checkup for just $39.95. For over 10 years, they've provided the most reliable and dependable service and repairs in the area. 4A Automotive is a bumper-to-bumper service shop. They do it all, from autos to diesels, and they're front-end specialists too. So call 4A Automotive today at 903-546-0024. They're located 4 miles east of Howe at the corner of FM 902 and Luella Road.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. It is a personal foul against Howe.
Honecker preparing to kick off for
as Honecker will now have to boot the ball from their own 25-yard line. And Honecker will have a high pooch kick going to be taken at the 37-yard line. That's Blomstead making his way towards the midfield stripe. And he is brought down by Portman at the 43, and that's where Tom Bean will start their next possession.
Yeah, not too many people get away from Ty.
Portman is a pretty good football player out there.
21, Portman, number 34.
So Tom Bean comes back out on the field. I don't see any sign of quarterback Peyton Jones, as it looks like Daniel Jackson, their normal running back, who has had to makeshift quarterback all season long, basically, because Jones' various injuries, and he will be the makeshift quarterback again tonight. Shotgun formation, Jackson hands off, right side, up the middle, Blomstead. He'll gain 3 yards. Still shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 48-yard line.
Ty Portman, Charles Overby in on the stop.
The second down and about 6.5, 7 on the scoreboard. Felder moves over in that linebacker position tonight. High snap. Jackson brings it down, wants to run to the right side, gets a good block, and Hawthorne grabs him at the 48. He slips Hawthorne's tackle, but a ton of black jerseys show up to take down Jackson just shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. So make that 3rd and long. 3rd and 6, maybe 3rd and 5.5 for the Tom Bean Tomcats. Again, Howe in the lead, 5:07 and running here in the first quarter. 7-6 over Tom Bean. 3rd and 5. No huddle offense. Now they do huddle up.
Yeah, that free throw that Tom Bean pulled for an extra point may come back and bite him.
There's another timeout on the field. This is taken by Tom Bean. We'll take one, too. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog football on HoweEnterprise.com.
Calling all Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic in Howe for half-price shakes after 8 and open until midnight. Home games only, where you get great food and big smiles. And a little message for all our Howe football players: go Bulldogs, fight, Bulldogs win, win, win. So it's not just good, it's Sonic good.
You're invited to the one and only Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to decide. Come taste the difference at Buck Snort Barbecue. For complete store information, including menu, location, and hours, click on bucksnortbarbecue.com. That's bucksnortbbq.com. Bucks North Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is a proud supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. Monty Walker along with Michael Mosier, Stephen Braswell, as Tom Bean faces a 3rd and 6 here with 4:45 left to go in the first quarter after the timeout. Jackson, shotgun formation, wants to throw left side, and it is low and incomplete right at the first down mark, and that'll bring up a 4th down and 6 situation for the Tomcats, and the punt team comes on. Anthony Hawthorne will go back deep in punt return formation. He's already ran one back to the house this year. He has 1 touchdown, a 72-yarder earlier in the year. He will stand just about the 15-yard line.
Tanner Ellis dropped back to punt for the Tomcats.
4th and 5, and you got to, it looks like you're going to have to watch Tom Bean. They could pull the fake if they're going to throw a free throw pass on a. And it is a fake.
It was a fake.
And he's going to be just a bit short, I believe. It was a direct snap to an up man, which I think was Lane Beck. And it is not enough for the first down. Just short, barely short. He needed 5 yards. He got 4.5, and that's not enough. Howe will take over on downs, turn it the other way around toward the north end zone with 4:27 left on the first quarter clock. Howe leading 7-6.
Was it even a half? Maybe an inch, 2 inches?
It was very close.
It was close.
Very close.
Tomcats thought they had it, though.
A turnover on downs. You knew they're going to pull every trick they can if they're going to throw a free throw for a 2-point conversion. Here's Hawthorne coming near side. He's got the 50. He's got the 45. Cuts it up. Puts his shoulder right into one defender and bowls his way to the 40-yard line. Hawthorne has not had 100 yards for the past 2 weeks, but it looks like he's well on his way tonight.
Brent Shields and Daniel Jackson in on the stop from Tomcats.
1st and 10 for Howe. As you come in a double slot set right here with Hawthorne, the 1 back. Now Matthews will step back along with Hawthorne in the backfield. Stratton Carroll goes in motion. They'll hand Hawthorne right side. He's got a little bit of a seam. Good enough for about 6 yards. Inside the 35 to the 34-yard line.
About 7 on the play.
4:07 and rolling here in the first quarter. Howe leading 7-6 at Bulldog Stadium.
Daniel Jackson, great treatment in on the stop for the Tomcats. This is turning into this might be a pretty good ball game. Lots of energy, lots of aggression on both sides of the ball. This might turn into.
Flags before this one could get underway, as Joaquin Lopez was going to hand to Stratton Carroll, but it's a legal procedure against the Bulldogs, and that'll back them up. Instead of being 2nd down and about 3 or 4, it'll be 2nd down and about 8 or 9 with 3:42 on the first quarter clock.
They both want this. They both want this win. They're both going to give it everything they got.
Yeah, both teams desperately trying to end losing streaks.
Well, and that, and like you say, crosstown, 6-mile rivalry. You know it's going to be a good game.
Yep. Hawthorne in motion, fake to him. Carroll comes near side, the 35. He's got one defender, grabs him by the horse collar, hangs on for dear life to the 21-yard line.
Clayton Stevens in on the stop. Clayton Stevens, and looked like it might have been.
That was basically the trap, what we used to call the 45 tackle trap, where a man goes in motion, Hawthorne from left to right, and then basically handed to Carroll coming back the other way, right to left, around the left edge, wide open hole. One defender, as you mentioned, grabbed a hold of the collar and just took a piggyback ride for about 7 yards. Lopez under center, 2 receivers right side, handoff, and Carroll gets the toss, or handoff rather, coming near side. He'll gain maybe 1 to the 20. It'll be 2nd down and long for Howe.
Sheldon Robertson and Hunter Brooks in on the stop.
Clock rolling at 2:32 in the first quarter. Howe leading 7-6. Caleb Ake will bring the play in. It'll be second down and a very long 9. Tanner Hartsfield breaks the huddle, goes to the line of scrimmage. The rest of the line following. Lopez is under center, snaps it. And this is going to be a handoff up near side. Hawthorne's got the 5, got the 10 flag down for a moment. It is touchdown time in Texas, but hold everything. There's 2 flags at the 12-yard line. It'll be against Howe, a holding call, so the touchdown will not count. And they'll bring it back. And the holding call will be a spot foul. So they'll have to mark it off 10 yards from the spot, which was the 12-yard line. So now the ball will be spotted at the 22, and again it'll be second down.
Second down in 12?
About 12.
Zach Blevins took the play in that time.
Not as quickly to the line of scrimmage here, but the Bulldogs are there now. Lopez checks the line, goes under center. Second down and 12. Rolls out right side. Wants to throw down the field. Has his man. Carroll makes the catch. And he spins out of 2 tackles and down just about the 15-yard line. He probably should have gone down because forward progress would have taken him near a first down, but he kept fighting for more yardage, and Tom Bean kept pushing him back. And instead of getting near the first down marker, he'll actually lose 3 or 4 yards trying to fight for more yards.
Yeah, no, I'm not just... We're going to call it just the Tomcat defense made a stop on that one. Yeah. They were all, I think they were all there.
So it'll be 3rd and 6 from the Tom Bean 16-yard line. And you would bet that Howe's going to go for it on 4th if they don't make it here. Hawthorne in the backfield. He'll get the carry. Another flag down, and Howe just shooting themselves in the foot here. False start against Howe. And on 3rd and 6, we'll now face 3rd and 11. So just penalty after penalty after penalty. What should have been a touchdown a moment ago was called back. And now the ball on a 3rd and fairly makeable 3rd and 6 is pushed back to 3rd and 11. The official calling for the clock to wind. It's at 1:18. And now it does. Inside 1:15 now. 3rd and 11. Hawthorne in motion from the slot. Gets the carry coming near side. This has been successful so far tonight to the 20. Bowls his head to the 15-yard line. Not enough for the first down, but close enough to a makeable 4th down conversion here, as it's 4th and about 1.5, maybe 2 yards. Ball will rest at the 11-yard line.
You know, you would think with one, well, maybe not now with it being this close, but you got to give the freshman Honecker give him a shot at maybe a field goal.
4th and 1, handoff right side. This is going to be Hawthorne, and he has the first down inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line.
First down.
So it'll be 1st and goal now for the Bulldogs. Knocking on that door. If they can keep the flags away, they're in pretty good shape here with 27 seconds left to go in the first quarter, leading Tom Bean 7-6.
Yeah, you want to give the freshman a shot, but when things like that happen, you'd rather have the first.
Having the freshman kicker is absolute luxury at this point for the coaches. They are not going to use it unless they absolutely have to use it. That will be the end of the first quarter as it winds down 5, 4, 3, and 1. We'll be back in a moment as Howe leads Tom Bean 7-6. We'll enter the second quarter with more Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com.
Tom Bean 6.
You're invited to the one and only Bucksnort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to decide. Come taste the difference at Bucksnort Barbecue. For complete store information, including menu, location, and hours, click on bucksnortbarbecue.com. That's bucksnortbbq.com. Bucksnort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is a proud supporter of the Howe Bulldogs. The Howe Athletic Booster Club invites you to become a supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
And the type of kids we have, they're just hard workers and do anything you ask.
Memberships are $25 and will be available at all home games. All proceeds benefit high school and middle school athletic programs. Please join the Howe Athletic Booster Club in our efforts to support our hometown kids.
When people come here, you know, it's something they can be proud of.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium as the Bulldogs are making their way back out on the field. We are in the second quarter now. Howe leading 7-6, knocking on the door with a 1st and goal from the 8. Stump Matthews and Anthony Hawthorne in the backfield. Carroll has the slot. Lopez under center from the 8-yard line. Sends Carroll in motion. And this will be Lopez fighting for the end zone. It is touchdown time in Texas. An 8-yard touchdown for Joaquin Lopez. Extends Howe's lead, 13-6, awaiting the PAT. Just entering the second quarter. 11:54 on the clock. First play of the second quarter. And Howe puts it in from 8 yards out. Honecker on to boot this PAT. Ross the hold. The kick is a low line drive kick, but it squirts through. 14-6, Howe in the lead. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog football on HoweEnterprise.com.
The Howe Enterprise has served Howe as the hometown news since 1963. Since then, the Bulldogs have won 8 district, 7 by-district, 3 area championships, and 1 regional title. We've seen 14 different head coaches during that time. The Howe Enterprise has been with the Bulldogs for 51 years. We were there when the Pride of Howe won 3 band state championships. HoweEnterprise.com publishes weekly on Mondays.
Carrie's Coffee Company in historic downtown Van Alstyne, next to the post office, is the new upscale coffee shop serving Van Alstyne, Howe, and surrounding areas. Carrie's Coffee Company offers a wide variety of organic coffee and non-coffee beverages and baked goods. Come visit Carrie's Coffee Company in downtown Van Alstyne, next to the post office, and mention this ad and get 50% off your first beverage. Open Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. and 7 a.m. on Saturdays. Carrie's Coffee Company is Texas quality.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. Monty Walker along with Michael Mosier and Stephen Bradswell as the Howe Bulldogs go up, extend their lead 14-6 here at the friendly home confines of Bulldog Stadium, the newly renovated Bulldog Stadium. Lots of people who haven't been here before were talking about how nice it is. And here's Honecker. He will bang this one deep. It's going to be taken inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line. And that is Ashlock coming near side. And he'll cross the 30 and brought down at the 32-yard line by Ty Portman.
Ty Portman and Zach Blevins.
So they'll spot the ball at the 33-yard line. And Tom Bean will start possession there with 11:47 in the second quarter. 1st and 10, moving right to left now. Headed towards that north end zone. And this is going to be Jackson. Handoff, right side. He's got some room and met by Anthony Hawthorne at about the 37-yard line. A good 3-run yard, and then he got popped. And also into the game is Andrew Griffin. And now checking out, Dylan Monroe, and checking out for the Bulldogs,
Tyler.
Mike Helpenstell goes into the game. It'll be 2nd down and 6 here for Tom Bean. Shotgun, Jackson wants to run, left side. He escapes one defender and can't find more room as he bounces down right near the 1st down mark. They actually gave him a really good spot to about the 43-yard line, which is going to be very close to a 1st down. No indication. I think they're going to pull the sticks here.
Yeah.
Helpenstell will check into the game. Portman will check out.
Last two is good for a Tom Bean first.
Now Portman checks back in, and Helpenstell checks out. So kind of a ring around the rosy.
They were kidding.
Yeah. Musical chairs on the defense.
They were joking.
First down for Tom Bean. They didn't even bring the sticks out. They just waved, made their decision. And it'll be first down at the 43-yard line. Shy of midfield. Shotgun. Jackson turns around, hands it off. Ashlock met in the backfield. It was Tanner Hartsfield who hit him, and he fumbled the football. And eventually Jackson recovered it at the 36. But for a moment, Hartsfield nailed it. Ashlock in the backfield, causing the fumble.
Yeah, they lost 5 yards, 6 yards on that one.
Yeah, big loss of about 7 yards on the play.
Heppenstall going, he's back in.
Musical chairs on the defense.
Jacob Taylor come off.
Wilson into the game at cornerback. And Jackson on shotgun. Grabs it, wants to throw right side, deep down the field. Picking on Easton Ross, who intercepts it at the 33-yard line. Ross comes up with the interception. With 9:53 left to go in the second quarter, Howe leading 14-6.
Easton does a great job.
Yeah, it was basically playing center field. The ball was underthrown. Ross jumped up, had both hands on the ball and brought it down right underneath the defender, or underneath the receiver, rather. So the ball spotted. They'll say it's at the 32. And there's 9:53 on the second quarter clock. Howe looking to extend their lead, which is 14-6 at the moment. 1st and 10. And this is going to be Felder on the toss. Now he wants to throw. He's hit as he throws. There's a fumble on the play. And it's going to be recovered.
Looks like maybe
by the Bulldogs.
Tom Bean. Nope, we got it. Joaquin come up with it.
The Bulldogs did recover. It was a toss to the right side by Dalton Felder. He was trying to throw the halfback pass down the field. As soon as he reared back to throw, he was hit. The ball came out. And then Howe, there was a scramble for it. And after about a 9 or 10 yard loss, Howe ended up with the football and now have it second down and long. There's going to be a misdirection play. And up the middle goes Hawthorne. You can kiss him goodbye. 40, 30, 25-20. See you later. Anthony Hawthorne. It's touchdown time in Texas. 75 yards. And Howe extends their lead 20-6 here in the second quarter, awaiting the PAT with 9:09 left in the second quarter. What a run.
Good run, good run.
Right up the middle, misdirection play. I didn't know who had the ball, and then all of a sudden you see Hawthorne just shot out of a cannon right straight up the field.
I thought Tristan had it.
Honaker on for the PAT. Easton Ross, the young man who intercepted it a moment ago, will hold. The kick is up, and it is through. And Howe extends their lead 21-6.
Flag on the far side of the field.
That will be declined, and the PAT will count 21-6. Howe in the lead with 9:09 left to go in the second quarter. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog football on HoweEnterprise.com.
Your business has a story to tell. Let Fast Signs help you tell it using the right mix of visual communication solutions like signs, banners, digital displays, vehicle graphics, mobile marketing, and so much more. Give Fast Signs your business challenge and we'll come up with a plan to grow your business, reach more customers, and accomplish more than you ever thought possible. Fast Signs. More than fast, more than signs.
Fast Signs Texoma, located at 1916 North Grand Avenue in Sherman. 903-893-SIGN.
Hi, this is Chris with Cavender Home Theater, your local satellite television expert. Our customers are raving about the Hopper from Dish, the most advanced DVR. You can record up to 6 shows at once and instantly skip commercials in recorded primetime TV. But that's not all. With Dish, you can watch all your live and recorded TV anywhere. Visit Cavender Home Theater, your Dish authorized retailer, or call 903-892-3499 today.
Yeah, welcome back to Bulldog Stadium as the Bulldogs try an onside kick there, and it is not recovered by Howe, and Tom Bean will take over just shy of midfield at the 47-yard line. Howe leading now 21-6 here in the second quarter. It's been a great first half, a great start for Howe in this football game. Of course, we mentioned Howe has had great first halves basically all year long. Have not been able to capitalize and do much in the second half. Looking to do that tonight, but still more play here in the second quarter as Jackson will shuffle through as Peyton Jones is back into the football game. First time we've seen him in quite a while.
Tanner Hartsfield made the stop.
So it'll be about a 3 or 4 yard gain. We'll bring up second down and 6 for Tom Bean, who just crossed the midfield stripe, just barely into Howe territory, right at the 49-yard line. 8:40 and rolling in the second quarter. Tom Bean trailing Howe 21-6. Jones wants to throw, flushed out of the pocket, flag down, still throwing over the middle. It is caught by a receiver at the 46-yard line, but we'll check the flag. It is caught by the receiver Hunter Brook, who came into tonight with 20 catches, 244 yards. He's 6'4", 205, and a senior. Very, very large slot receiver, and this is going to be a hold against Tom Bean. They'll back it up. So the ball will now be at the Tom Bean 41-yard line, 9 yards shy of midfield. Now Howe's drive went 68 yards, and it only took off 42 seconds off the clock a moment ago when Hawthorne took it to the house 75 yards. Low snap, Peyton Jones digs it out, throws out right side, caught and dropped. His intended receiver was Lane Beck, who had it right in his number 3, and it simply hit his 3 and went straight to the ground. It'll bring up 3rd and long for Tom Bean, 3rd and 18.
Andrew Griffin in on defensive coverage.
Stump Matthews doing double duty tonight for the first time. He is in there at nose guard, and he may weigh about 15 pounds less when this thing's over.
Yeah, he might. Anthony Hawthorne just checked into the game.
Jones drops back, wants to throw deep down the left side. I think that one slipped out of his hands, and it slipped out of Merzinski's hands as well, as he had an interception, but the ball went right through it. There was 3 men there who went up for it, including the wide receiver for Tom Bean, and that was Hunter Brook, but Merzinski had it go through his hands. It's incomplete. 4th down and 18 for Tom Bean, and punt time once again for their big punter, Tanner Ellis.
Yeah, Nick Wilson was back there assisting on that play.
Pretty good coverage when you have the corner on the near side and the safety both rotating to that. Oh, high snap. Ellis brings it down. A low end-over-end kick, going to bounce at the 37 and go out of bounds right there, right about the 36, 37-yard line. And that's where Howe will take over with 7:59 left to go in the second quarter. First and 10. Moving left to right. Howe, everybody bunched together. Lopez, hands off, misdirection, coming near side. Stratton Carroll, he's got the 45-50, look out. He could be gone. Makes one move. He's got the 30, kiss him goodbye. It is touchdown time in Texas. Again, a very, very long run. This one,
Stratton Carroll.
64 yards. One play, and the Howe offense is in clear command, extending their lead 27-6, awaiting this PAT, and we're not even to the half yet. And every time I call a touchdown, I have to wipe off the window because I spit everywhere. High snap, Ross brings it down. And the kick is on the tee, and the kick is good. Howe's new lead, 28-6. Here at Bulldog Stadium, 7:47 left to go before half. Back in a moment. with more Howe Bulldog football on HoweEnterprise.com.
Abby's Restaurant is family owned and run. They have the cure for all your home cooking cravings. Chicken fried steak, loaded baked potato, bacon patty melt, grilled chicken salad, cheese fries, jalapeno stuffed peppers, and more. Don't forget to save room for that cheesecake and cobbler with ice cream. We know you're going to love the food and the service. Abby's Restaurant in downtown Howe. They're open from 11 to 8, Monday through Saturday. Give them a call, 903-487-8860. Abby's Restaurant.
If you can't see the difference, why pay the difference? Switch to Dish for a great deal. Only Dish offers free HD for 24 months and premium movie channels free for 3 months, including Blockbuster at home. Save a bundle when you combine DishNet high-speed internet with your TV service. Get more for less with Dish. Visit Cavender Home Theater, your Dish authorized retailer, or call 903-892-3499 for details. CavenderHT.com.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. Bryce Honecker on to boot this one away. It's a low end over end kick, going to be dropped and picked up. And I believe that's going to be Lane Beck, I believe, who dropped it and then picked it back up, was tackled immediately at about the 24-yard line, and that's where Tom Bean will take over and start this next possession at their own 24-yard line with 7:42 left to go before half.
Andrew Griffin in on the stop.
Number 3, Andrew Griffin is on the stop. First down for...
So a new first down and 10 situation for Tom Bean, who hasn't been able to get anything going really offensively tonight against the stingy defense of Howe. And it goes to show all these teams that Howe's been playing, like Pottsboro and Gunner and Lindsay and all these really good football teams, it's kind of starting to pay off now.
Yeah, you want to play those tougher teams, in my opinion, those tougher teams before in your preseason instead of waiting until they're here at the end.
Helpenstell all over Jones in the backfield, and I thought for a moment he was going to be able to bring him down for the sack. Jones with a stiff arm held him off for just long enough to throw the football down the field, but when he threw it, Felder almost got there to intercept it. It'll fall incomplete. It'll be second down and 10. So Jones brings everybody out. Brooke will be split out along with Ellis to the near side. Looking that way to Ellis, who makes the catch at the line of scrimmage. Trying to get a block, but he'll be brought down and fumbles the football just before the 30-yard line. A scramble for it, and now some extracurricular, and I believe that's going to be a penalty on Howe. As for a moment there, in the backfield, it was Michael Carrer past the line of scrimmage who got in an argument in a shoving match with one of the Tomcats, and I believe Carrer is going to pick up a personal foul. In the meantime, I believe Tom Bean recovered the fumble.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against both teams.
As you can hear Roger Tidwell say there, unsportsmanlike conduct against Tom Bean and Howe. Thankfully for Howe.
Third down from...
And they'll offset, they'll replay the down. It'll be third and looks like about 5. As Tom Bean will bring out their offense. Ashlock will stand next to Jones. And Jones, under pressure by Portman. I thought he had him sacked in the backfield. He throws it away, and Felder almost came up with the interception. He had his right hand out, tipped the ball up on the dive. The ball came up, but he couldn't bring it back down. It'll be fourth down and punt time for Tom Bean.
He almost got that one.
With the interception.
All that pressure causes all that commotion. And Portman was all over Jones, chasing him down there. Just the quickness of Portman. Hawthorne goes back deep to return this punt, stands inside the 29-yard line at the 28. And Ellis with the punt. It'll be a high, short kick. will bounce at the 47 in Howe territory and roll out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 45-yard line, and that's where Howe will take over on their next possession. And it hasn't been taking Howe very long to score. This is turning into a very long first half.
Yes, it has. It has turned into.
I mean, we're not even to the
7-minute
mark.
Yeah. But you know how the quick scores. You know, we had one was 42 seconds. Last one was what, around the same, 40, 45 seconds. One run.
And Howe comes back out onto the field. 1st and 10, left to right. Carroll in motion. And Hawthorne gets the carry over left guard. He'll gain about 4 yards right at the midfield stripe.
About 4 on the play.
Sheldon Robertson in on the stop.
Number 7, Sheldon Robertson.
I want to say our best wishes for Vanna Foster, as her and husband Darren are at the hospital tonight looking to find information about the game. All they got to do is go to howenterprise.com. Trying to send them some information through text to get them in the right spot. 2nd down and 6. Ball at midfield. Lopez handoff. Hawthorne. For a moment he had a huge hole, and he barrels his way to the 1st down to the 43-yard line.
Daniel Jackson in on the stop for the Tomcats.
So a 1st down for Howe, moving left to right, as bringing in the play Quentin Harris for the Bulldogs. Again, Matthews in the backfield, and whistles will blow. Timeout, Howe. We'll take 1-2. Back in a moment with more Bulldogs football on howenterprise.com.
For my family, life is a series of celebrations, from my newest born cousin to my grandmother. We all partake in births, weddings, and funerals. Wherever we celebrate, we need to feel welcome. That's why we choose Scoggins Funeral Home in Howe. Scoggins Funeral Home understands our needs. Talk to the caring staff at Scoggins Funeral Home. Call 903-532-5577 or visit scogginsfuneralhome.com.
GCEC Wireless, located in Van Alstyne off of Exit 51, can help you with all your Verizon wireless needs. They have a wide range of products and services, including smartphones, wireless home and mobile internet, wireless home phone service, and accessories. They're also your local DirecTV dealer. So come on by or call them at 903-712-2355. That's GCEC Wireless. And go Bulldogs!
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. Monty Walker, Michael Mosier, Stephen Braswell. Howe comes out with a new fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 at the Tom Bean 43-yard line. Moving left to right. Lopez under center. Stratton Carroll in motion. This will be a handoff. Hawthorne right side. Over right guard. Barrels over a defender for about a 7-yard gain. Just completely destroyed Hunter Brook, who got in Hawthorne's way and ended up on his back.
Yeah, this going to be a good game. It's going to only get it's getting better and better every play.
2nd down and 3. And we're at the 5:31 mark in the 2nd quarter. Howe leading 28-6. A great first half. Stratton Carroll in motion. Handoff, Stump Matthews hit at the line of scrimmage. Still fighting for more yardage, and he's going to lose yardage after trying to fight for more. And Tom Bean actually ended up with a football. Now a late flag as some extracurricular activity was taking place. It was the defensive lineman, Jake Keister, who ended up with the football, but they had already ruled Stump Matthews had stopped his forward progress at that point. We'll check and see. Coach Hudson is halfway out on the field talking to the official. It's going to be against Tom Bean.
There's the call against Tom Bean.
So now we'll check and see. That's got to be a 1st down for Howe as they mark this one off against Tom Bean. We'll see how far they go and where they mark it. Taking some pretty big strides, the young man from Commerce there, the The line judge, Brian Hughes, that's actually the head linesman, Logan Taylor, moving that ball inside the 25-yard line to the 23. Clock winding now at 5:09 before half. Howe leading 28-6, looking for more. Bringing in the play is Zach Blevins. And Hartsfield breaks out of the huddle, comes to the line of scrimmage. Everybody else follows him. Hawthorne will get the hand, right guard, and he's met. And this time he's the one that goes backwards. Finally, whistles will finally blow after about 7 Tomcats were there. Interestingly enough, it was Brooke who got popped a moment ago by Hawthorne. He's the one that popped Hawthorne this time.
Yeah, he drove him back that time.
They got a little revenge factor on that play.
Flag, holding.
Holding is the call against the Bulldogs.
Well, another penalty against Howe. It's not been clean, even though Howe leads 28-6. It's been ugly as far as penalties are concerned. What has not been ugly are the very long touchdown runs by Hawthorne and Stratton Carroll. Carroll went 64 yards. Anthony Hawthorne went 75. The longest run in school history, if you wonder, is 98. Randy Gear went 98 yards on 2 separate occasions, one in 1983 and once in 1984. First down and 15 for Howe. This is going to be Hawthorne in motion. He'll get the hand running left side, and he fumbles the football, and Tom Bean, I think, has it at the 35-yard line. It was stripped out of Hawthorne's hands, and it is recovered by Tom Bean, and they'll take over right at the 35.
Brett Shields, the right end, got his hand on the ball, stripped it out.
Brett Shields?
Yes, sir.
Brett Shields. Not Brooke Shields.
Brett.
It's Brett, don't call me Brooke Shields.
Right.
.4:19 on the clock. This will be a handoff. Ashlock coming near side. A little misdirection play, actually going far side. They faced the toss coming near side, and then spun around and handed off to Ashlock, and he gained about 3 yards on first down to bring up second down and 7.
Dylan Monroe, Andrew Griffin in on the stop.
I'm thankful for my broadcast partner tonight who brought me some water up here.
That's right.
I went through my Diet Coke, burned my throat out, and I'm going to try to ease it up a little bit.
Yeah, got to take care of my partner.
Shotgun formation. Jones fakes down the field. Now wants to throw down the field. Has a man wide open. Jackson goes up for it. Comes down with it. Makes the catch. And he's down at the 20-yard line. Double coverage as Merzitsky was there. Easton Ross was there. But Jackson, the great athlete, went up and brought that ball down. Probably a really good basketball player, I would imagine, as Jackson just leaped up in the air and came down with it. .333 on the second quarter clock. And this second quarter has taken at least 4 days.
At least.
Toss right side. Jackson trying to find that corner and is brought down after about a yard gain. They'll mark it just outside of the 20.
Tanner Hartsfield running out of bounds. Michael Carey.
Stump Matthews checks into the game as
Austin Bearden looked like he was.
I believe Bearden will check out. I think I have that right.
Yes, sir.
Matthews got a breather there for a moment as he's doing double duty tonight. Second down and 8 for Tom Bean, moving right to left. Peyton Jones throws left side. Ellis makes the catch. Right there is Wilson and also Merzitsky and also Andrew Griffin to make sure that Ellis goes not far enough for the first down. It will be 3rd and about 2. Ball spotted at the 13-yard line. The entire offense actually huddles up for a very rare moment, as normally the split ends don't get in the huddle, but they do here. Jackson is not going to get the hits. Blomstead will get the carry, and he's brought down by Easton Ross as he was trying to escape and bounce it out right side. And now some more extracurricular activity, and flags are thrown everywhere. Dalton Felder in the middle of it. It was not enough for a first down. The coaches are running out on the field. Zach Hudson sprints out there, and we'll find out what happened momentarily from the officials as flags were thrown everywhere. Felder pleading his case to the official, as now they will converge and talk about it. They're backing everybody out, and Coach Hudson and Dale West are making their way off the field. Felder for a moment is staying on the field. Now he's in the huddle. The officials are still talking about this. Ellis for Tom Bean trying to go over and talk to the officials. As there's some bad blood between this black dirt and white rock over there.
There is. I told you as this game went on, it was only going to get better.
It looks like Jackson for Tom Bean, we're told by our spotter, Stephen Braswell, is on the ground.
Dead ball foul.
And now it is a dead ball foul, personal foul against Tom Bean. There's an ejection for Tom Bean. Ejection for personal foul against Howe.
Bulldogs.
I did not see an ejection for Howe, but there has been an ejection for Tom Bean. No one from Howe is leaving the field. And it is number 8, which is Colton Blomstead. I believe could possibly be the one who is ejected from the game. He was the young man who made the carry and was tackled by Easton Ross.
I believe, Monty, looks like they may be 2 of them. Looks like this number 32, Clayton Stevens, down here by himself. He may be. Look like the official made 2 calls as a double ejection, possibly. I don't know that for sure.
Well, there are 2 Tom Bean Tomcats away from everyone else on the other end of the field right now on the sidelines. And
we're still talking about it. I'm not really sure they know what's going on.
All we do know is that there has been ejections. And now, finally, the girls that they have the shirts that say the Water Girls Rock. They're now on the field getting water to the guys. There's 2:32 on the clock. Howe's leading 28-6. We've had this timeout because there was a personal foul against both teams. 2 players from Tom Bean were ejected from the game. We believe that is Colton Blomstead, the young man who carried the football on that play, and also Clayton Stevens. But we don't have confirmation of that. But both of those young men are sitting on the bench away from their teammates.
On the Tom Bean field side of the.
So after the penalty on both teams, it will be 4th and 2. And Tom Bean's going to go for it.
I told you this was going to get exciting.
Ball at the Howe 13-yard line. Shotgun formation for Peyton Jones. And he's going to hand off. Right side Jackson, who's fighting for yardage. He's going to be very close. Ball spotted at the 11-yard line, which is exactly where Tom Bean needed to get for the first down. Dalton Felder clapping his hands saying they didn't get it, but no indication yet. It's going to be very close. And they say Howe ball. Turnover on down.
On 4th down.
A very
another close,
very strange set of occurrences, as I don't think we're ever going to get out of this second quarter.
Now they're going to measure.
Oh no. They had already signaled Howe ball.
Yeah, now they've called
Boy, if this
measurement.
is overturned, you're going to see some very upset Bulldog fans on the near side here. Just you wait for the crowd mic on this one if it's overturned.
Yeah, it's long.
It's short by almost a yard. That's probably the worst calling of the sticks I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Usually when they pull the sticks out, it's relatively close. That one almost a yard difference. So Howe takes over now at their own 12-yard line. There is 2:04 on the clock, and all this means is Hawthorne can go 88. Here's a handoff, left side, and I'm not sure the ball's not on the turf. Tom Bean recovers. Another fumble by Howe, and Tom Bean has recovered at the 10-yard line. So back-to-back fumbles on possessions for Howe, and Howe is determined to give Tom Bean life in this football game.
Okay, what I want to know is, are you sure you're getting all this? You're doing an awful lot of writing over there.
Yeah, I'm trying to track this down. It's not the easiest thing to do, especially when you don't feel 100%.
Woo.
So it'll be first.
We may have to send Stephen for more paper.
More Diet Dr. Peppers for sure. Peyton Jones drops back, wants to throw, now flushed out of the pocket, and he throws and it's caught. I believe that's Jackson at the first down marker. It is caught, and it is going to be very close to a first down. It is Jackson. Portman was right there in pursuit and then eventually made the tackle.
Easton Ross was out there with him.
It will be second down and very short, second down and 1 from about the 2-yard line. So Tom Bean has a chance to get a first down here without getting into the end zone, but I think they're going to take care of it right here as Hunter Brook will get the carry, and he goes in for the touchdown. 2-yard touchdown for Hunter Brook. And the fumble comes back to Howe, as that's basically a 6-point gift.
Yes, sir.
And that cuts the Howe lead 28-12, awaiting this PAT. I guess they're going to go ahead and kick this one. I don't know about another free throw pass here, but here's the kick. Oh, it's very high. I'm not sure that one made it. No good. Wide right, and Howe maintains a 28-12 lead over Tom Bean with 1:44 left to go before half. And this second quarter has taken forever. We'll be back in a moment with more Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com.
Think back to the best fried pie you've ever had. It won't compare to Sweetie Pies in Van Alstyne. They have handmade apricot, apple, peach, buttermilk, chocolate, coconut, and lemon fried pies that melt in your mouth. Located at 120 South Main Street in Van Alstyne on the east side of downtown. Give them a call at 903-712-PIES. That's 903-712-7437. Sweetie Pies can also make custom Howe cookies, muffins, and other baked goods.
It's way too hot for your vehicle's AC to go out. Head over to 4A Automotive in Howe for their special air conditioning service checkup for just $39.95. For over 10 years, they've provided the most reliable and dependable service and repairs in the area. 4A Automotive is a bumper-to-bumper service shop. They do it all, from autos to diesels, and they're front-end specialists too. So call 4A Automotive today at 903-546-0024. They're located 4 miles east of Howe at the corner of FM 902 and Luella Road.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. Monty Walker along with Michael Mosier, Stephen Braswell as Tom Bean fakes the Quail onside. And now they'll back up, spread out. And it looks like Carter Curry will bang this one away as he's 8 yards deep, 9 yards deep. Now runs to the ball, left-footed kicker. Kicks it pretty deep. Going to be taken by Stratton Carroll at the 14-yard line. Comes near side, looks for a block, gets one, and then is hit at the 29-yard line and brought down there.
Tyler Bennett.
And Howe will try to hang on to the football here with only 1:38 left to go before the half. Howe will start. They'll actually say Carroll made it to the 31-yard line. And that's where the Bulldogs will start 1st and 10. Hartsfield breaks the huddle, comes up to the line of scrimmage. Here comes everybody else. Lopez with 2 slots. Hawthorne all alone in the backfield. Felder in motion. And Lopez dives forward for about 3 yards on a quarterback sneak. And it'll be second down. They call it 4 yards. Second down and 6. 1:28 on the clock before half.
Tyler Bennett and in on the stop.
Felder checks out of the game. In comes Stump Matthews on second down and 6. Lopez under center. Flag down before this one could get started. That'll be against Howe. They'll back it up. Instead of being second and 6, it'll be second down and 11 as Howe continues to rack up the penalties tonight on offense.
Yes, they do.
And that one will be marked off. Again, these officials out of the Commerce chapter. Kendall Atwood, Archie Fannin, Logan Taylor, Brian Hughes, Cade Petty. The officials tonight. Second down and 11 as Quentin Harris brings in the play. Again, Tom Bean wearing their all pink socks. They were all up top. Now they've been pulled down some. Here is Carroll on the end around reverse. He's got some room. Look out. Looking for a block from Hawthorne. Gets it 40. He's got the 30. He's got the 25 and brought down from behind at about the 15-yard line. A nice long run there by Stratton Carroll. He got his block from Hawthorne, but he didn't have enough oomph to get away from that last man tracking him down from behind.
Yeah. I'm not real sure.
Ball at the 13. First down and 10. Handoff. Right side. Hawthorne brought down after a 3-yard gain.
Anthony Hawthorne. Timeout call.
There's 32 seconds on the clock. And Stratton Carroll was just that far away from extending the lead right before the half. We'll keep it right here as these Bulldogs, normally what Howe wants to do is take the football and chew up the entire clock, and not, it doesn't take very long when Howe does that. But this second quarter has taken, like we said, at least 4 years, and they can't get out of this quarter. The good thing is the Bulldogs have scored points. They've put points on the board.
They have.
But, man, oh man, the penalties, the false starts, the holdings, it's just been the fumbles. It's just been kind of, difficult to watch, even though it's a 28-12 lead. It doesn't seem right.
This has been. I think I've grown older. Okay, that's okay. I may have to have some help getting down the bleachers.
Both teams come back out on the field. It'll be second down and 7. They're saying 8 on the scoreboard. And another flag. Before we can get underway, before they barely even get on the field, a flag against Howe. Unbelievable. We're talking, nobody keeps records for this kind of thing, but this is getting close probably to a school record for a half of football.
Did they even set before they threw the flag?
Amazing. Second down and 11 again. Carroll in motion. Another flag down.
Dead ball foul.
Wow.
Illegal procedure.
Illegal procedure against Howe. Man, oh man, oh man, this is sloppy. Ball spotted now at the 20-yard line. It'll be second down and 17. The good thing is, if there's any good thing out of this, they're taking 0 time off the clock. There's 28 seconds, so still plenty of time to do something. But you've got to move in the right direction and stop making these bonehead plays. And now I believe a timeout has been called. Nope, they're trying to reset the clock to 32 seconds.
32 seconds?
32 seconds on the clock. And now they will correct that. So second down and 17 with 32 seconds on the clock. Lopez under center. Carroll in motion. And it's going to be a hand up.
Quarterback.
I believe Lopez kept it, trying to run the play again as time's running off. 23-22. Howe on the line of scrimmage, trying to stop the clock here. And they actually hand off to Carroll on the reverse. He's got some room. He's got the 10, 5. It is touchdown time in Texas. But guess what? Another flag down with 9 seconds left before the half. Holy moly.
Personal foul, chop block against the Bulldogs.
Looks like a
Official timeout.
chop block against Howe. And a man is down. A Tom Bean player is down. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back with more Howe Bulldog football and continue this second quarter on HoweEnterprise.com.
Calling all Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic and Howe for half-price shakes after 8 and open until midnight. Home games only, where you get great food and big smiles. And a little message for all our Howe football players. Go, Bulldogs fight, Bulldogs win, win, win. 'Cause it's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. 9 seconds on the clock. 3rd and 17 for Howe. Another flag down. Hawthorne in trouble. Escapes a couple of defenders and finally brought down after a huge loss to the 37-yard line. Wait a minute. There's another flag. We'll have to check this one, as this one has become extremely sloppy. And what would be a great halftime with leading 28-12, I have a feeling is going to not be very pleasant in the halftime locker room.
No, there's 4 seconds. Just you better. You need another pen. Are you out of ink? That was against Tom Bean.
That one actually was against Tom Bean, as the home crowd cheers and kind of giggles. 4 seconds on the clock. Lopez under center, handoff. Carroll on the reverse. Oh, what he scored on a moment ago. He's got the 5 barreling through. Is he going to get in? He's very close. He's out at the 2-yard line. And it is halftime, unless we have another penalty. And I don't see one. So it is half, and the Bulldogs come up 2 yards short of punching it in right before the half. 28-12.
Are you tired?
I'm exhausted, and it's not even half.
I'm tired.
28-12. Howe in the lead over Tom Bean. Back in a moment with more Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com.
You're invited to the one and only Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to decide. Come taste the difference at Buck Snort Barbecue. For complete store information, including menu, location, and hours, click on bucksnortbarbecue.com. That's bucksnortbbq.com. Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is a proud supporter of the Howe Bulldogs. The Howe Athletic Booster Club invites you to become a supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
The type of kids we have, they're just hard workers and do anything you ask.
Memberships are $25 and will be available at all home games. All proceeds benefit high school and middle school athletic programs. Please join the Howe Athletic Booster Club in our efforts to support our hometown kids.
When people come here, you know, it's something they can be proud of.
The Howe Enterprise has served Howe as the hometown news since 1963. Since then, the Bulldogs have won 8 districts, 7 by-district, 3 area championships, and 1 regional title. We've seen 14 different head coaches during that time. The Howe Enterprise has been with the Bulldogs for 51 years. We were there when the Pride of Howe won 3 band state championships. HoweEnterprise.com publishes weekly on Mondays.
Carrie's Coffee Company in historic downtown Van Alstyne, next to the post office, is the new upscale coffee shop serving Van Alstyne, Howe, and surrounding areas. Carrie's Coffee Company offers a wide variety of organic coffee and non-coffee beverages and baked goods. Come visit Carrie's Coffee Company in downtown Van Alstyne, next to the post office, and mention this ad and get 50% off your first beverage. Open Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. and 7 a.m. on Saturdays. Carrie's Coffee Company is Texas quality.
Relax and enjoy
And now we'll let you listen to the Tom Bean Band as it is halftime at Bulldogs Stadium here in Howe, Texas. Howe leads 28-12. We're at the half. That, my friends, is your customary train going by Bulldog Stadium.
Introducing the 2014-2015 Tom Dean High School Pacesetters. Officers are, from left to right, Sergeant Junior Haley Crockett, Lieutenant Senior Madison DeBerry, Co-Captain Junior Danielle Dean, Captain Senior Ashley DeBerry, Lieutenant Junior Caitlin Valasilla, and Lieutenant Senior Shelton Smith. The Pacesetters are under the direction of Mrs. Shauna Carol Nova.
And now in just a moment, you'll have the Howe Band making their way onto the middle of Bulldog Stadium.
Ladies and gentlemen, now introducing the Howe High School Marching Band, the Pride of Howe. 2014-2015 band council members, our president, Leslie Rodriguez, senior vice president, Jackson Dunn, junior representative, Lindsey Kruger, sophomore representative, Kylie Krause, freshman representative, Greg Snyder, secretary, Jessica Doty, librarian, Reagan Gonzalez, loading captains, Bailey Tyler and Lila Smith, and flag captain, Kendall Mennel. Each week, the directors recognize 2 students for their outstanding efforts. This week's Rookie of the Week is Autumn Wasden, and Bandsman of the Week is Leslie Rodriguez. And is under the field direction of senior drum major Madeline Ainsley. Tonight, the band will perform to you their first division-rated UIL contest show, Rewind, including music from the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, and Aerosmith. Drum major, is your band ready?
That is the pride of Howe. The Howe Marching Band, who just received First Division. What an honor that is. And I learned that the Bulldog Marching Band has won that first honor 31 of the past 33 years. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's like I would say the Dallas Cowboys of marching bands, but I don't think that works anymore.
Right. You know, while we got a minute, did you look at the paper last Saturday? Saturday morning?
Which paper would you be talking about?
I read the Dallas Morning News. I got it on Saturday, checking scores. Did you happen to see the Mart and Itasca score last Friday?
I missed that.
Do you think our quarter was long? That game was 93-6.
Ouch. Well, maybe it was a bunch of 93-yard runs.
It was. That would have been a long night.
Very, very long game. As now the Howe cheerleaders are doing their thing. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll come back and we'll kind of recap the first half, and that might take a while. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog football on HoweEnterprise.com.
Carrie's Coffee Company in historic downtown Van Alstyne, next to the post office, is the new upscale coffee shop serving Van Alstyne, Howe, and surrounding areas. Carrie's Coffee Company offers a wide variety of organic coffee and non-coffee beverages and baked goods. Come visit Carrie's Coffee Company in downtown Van Alstyne, next to the post office, and mention this ad and get 50% off your first beverage. Open Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. and 7 a.m. on Saturdays. Carrie's Coffee Company is Texas quality.
Your business has a story to tell. Let Fast Signs help you tell it using the right mix of visual communication solutions like signs, banners, digital displays, vehicle graphics, mobile marketing, and so much more. Give Fast Signs your business challenge and we'll come up with a plan to grow your business, reach more customers, and accomplish more than you ever thought possible. Fast Signs. More than fast, more than signs.
Fast Signs Texoma, located at 1916 North Grand Avenue in Sherman, 903-893-SIGN.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. Monty Walker along with the rest of the gang as we'll recap this first half for you. The Tom Bean Tomcats took the ball first at their own 49-yard line, and Daniel Jackson ended up scoring on a 5-yard touchdown, capping off a 51-yard drive. And Tom Bean led this football game 6-0. They went for two on a swinging gate, and it looked like a free throw right over the center's head. Kind of a strange way to start the football game, but it was incomplete. And Tom Bean led 6-0 with 8:36 left to go in the first quarter. Howe took the ball at their own 39 with 8:29 starting on the clock. And Dalton Felder ended up reaching the end zone after that 61-yard drive. It was an 8-yard touchdown by Felder. And with the extra point, Howe led 7-6 with 6:13 left to go in the first quarter. Tom Bean got the ball, turned it over on downs. Howe took the ball at their own 47, went 53 yards, and Joaquin Lopez scored from 8 yards out. That upped the Howe score 14-6 with 11:54 left to go in the second quarter. On Tom Bean's next possession, Easton Ross intercepted the pass, the Daniel Jackson pass, and Howe took over at their own 32-yard line with 9:53 left to go in the second. That's when Anthony Hawthorne escaped for 75 yards to up the Howe lead 21-6 with 9:09 left to go in the second quarter. Tom Bean then punted. Howe took the ball at their own 36, went 64 yards and capped it off on one play. It was 64 yards, Stratton Carroll. And that upped the Howe lead 28-6 with 7:47 left to go in the second quarter. Tom Bean took the ball back and punted again. And that's when Howe got it at their own 45. Hawthorne fumbled. Brett Shields recovered. Tom Bean got the ball again, couldn't do anything with it, turned it over on downs, gave it to Howe. Howe fumbled again on the very first play, which gave Tom Bean the possession at the Howe 10-yard line. A gift basket, 6 points, and a 2-yard touchdown by Hunter Brook. And that cut the Howe lead 28-12 with 1:44 left to go before the half. Howe took it with 1:38 left to go before the half, but ran out of time as Stratton Carroll was fighting for the end zone but ran out at the 2-yard line, and Howe took the 28-12 halftime lead instead of punching it in for 6 more. But the Bulldogs and Tomcats are now back out on the football field. And Tom Bean, they're going to boot this one away. It's a low, short kick, going to be taken. And a fair catch called for at the 36-yard line. Howe moving left to right, starting this second half. And I'm going to tell you what, Michael, if this third quarter lasts as long as the second quarter, I might be 48 years old when this thing's over with.
Or we could go eat breakfast.
That's an option. That's an option.
That's a good idea. Because I swear we were here 30 minutes for 2 seconds.
And not only that, it seemed like halftime lasted about 45 minutes. Here's Lopez on 1st and 10. Stratton Carroll goes in motion. Handoff Hawthorne left side. He's got some room and about 6-7 yards on first down to the 44-yard line. This possession started at the Howe 35. Obviously with the full 12 minutes on the clock, not a few seconds ticked off on the kickoff. But here we are finally in the second half of this football game.
Yeah, it's 9:22.
Yeah.
We're only into just the beginning of the third quarter.
Second down and 2. Carroll in motion from left to right. Handoff Hawthorne again up the middle. Fighting for yardage. He has the first down. And he carries 3 defenders on his back to the 42-yard line. Nice run there by Hawthorne. And he is really on fire in these first 2 carries of the game, of the second half. Just pulling defenders with him.
Gray Trentman and Carter, number 55 for Tom Bean, made the stop.
Yeah, some of those guys may be getting some playing time because we had double ejections in this football game in the first half. Stump Matthews will not get the hand. It'll be Stratton Carroll on the reverse left side. He's got some room, got a first down and more. Look out, 20, cuts it inside and knocked out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. The reverses on both sides have really been working, but especially to the right side of the defense, the left side of the offense tonight for Howe.
Yes, they have. Sheldon Robertson for the Tomcats made the stop.
And that'll be obviously a first down as Howe now has the ball inside the 20. They'll actually spot it at the 17. Hartsfield breaks the huddle, comes to the line of scrimmage. Everybody else follows him. This will be a handoff Hawthorne. Right side, looking for room. Spins out of a tackle and marches his way down to the 7-yard line. A 10-yard gain, going to be close to a first down. May be just a little bit short of the first, but a nice run on first down anyway.
Brock Shields made the stop.
Clock rolling, 10:35 here in the third quarter. Howe leading. 28-12, looking for more. Second down and short. This is normally where a football team throws the ball, but Howe doesn't like to throw the ball at all. Lopez under center. Handoff. Hawthorne, right guard, bounces it out. Now cuts it back inside. He's very close, fighting for the end zone. He's going to be down. No, he's into the end zone. It's touchdown time in Texas. Touchdown Howe as they extend their lead 34-12, awaiting this PAT. Honaker setting up the PAT, lining it up here. 10:04 on the clock, which means Howe took off 1:56. Now there's another flag here as Tom Bean came across the line, but we'll see if he was drawn across. Stratton Carroll was on the right end, and it was Hunter Brook who jumped across the line. We'll see. It is against Howe. Back it up.
Illegal procedure.
And now Honaker, instead of kicking a PAT, will basically kick about a 25-yard field goal. But the 25-yard field goal will only count as 1 point.
Right.
Ross has it. Another flag before this one can get underway.
We have a dead ball foul.
And now this one is starting against Howe. This half is starting just as the first half ended. Penalty after penalty after penalty after penalty. And it just almost draws you into a coma after a while.
Right. They just want to test the freshman.
Well, now it is a 30-yard extra point for Bryce Honecker. It's on the tee. No flags. The kick is up. It's very long, and it's no good wide left. So the penalties come into factor here and cost Howe a point. And Howe now leads 34-12. We'll be back in a moment with more Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com.
Hi, this is Chris with Cabinet Home Theater, your local satellite television expert. Our customers are raving about the Hopper from Dish, the most advanced DVR. You can record up to 6 shows at once and instantly skip commercials in recorded primetime TV. But that's not all. With Dish, you can watch all your live and recorded TV anywhere. Visit Cabinet Home Theater, your Dish authorized retailer, or call 903-892-3499 today.
Abby's Restaurant is family owned and run. They have the cure for all your home cooking cravings. Chicken fried steak, loaded baked potato, bacon patty melt, grilled chicken salad, cheese fries, jalapeno stuffed peppers, and more. Don't forget to save room for that cheesecake and cobbler with ice cream. We know you're going to love the food and the service. Abby's Restaurant in downtown Howe. They're open from 11 to 8, Monday through Saturday. Give them a call, 903-487-8860. Abby's Restaurant.
Welcome back, Bulldog Stadium, as Honecker's kick is going to be taken by an up man at about the 24-yard line. I believe he made it across the 25. Guess what?
Flag.
Another flag down at about the 25-yard line, which is where the returner, which was Gray Trentman, made his way, but we'll check the flag. This one came in kind of late. I'm telling you, this is just flat out ugly. Personal foul against Howe.
Personal foul is the call against the Bulldogs.
Sloppy. You know, even when things go good, the Howe Bulldogs leading by 22, just score a touchdown. You can't even get real happy about scoring because you have 2 penalties on the PAT. So everyone's upset.
Yeah, and then you kick off and you stop them back
15-yard
below the 20, and now they're at the 38, 37.
9:58 on the clock. And Tom Bean starts at their own 37-yard line. Moving right to left towards the north end zone. Shotgun formation. Peyton Jones drops straight back, throws out right side for Jackson, who makes the catch at the line of scrimmage. He'll gain 1 yard of forward progress before being slung backwards. But it'll be second down and 9.
Number 3, Andrew Griffin in on coverage.
Anthony Hawthorne in on the stop as well.
And I think my voice may make it tonight. If we can get, some consistency out of these guys. Handoff left side and brought down after about maybe a yard or 2. And I believe on the carry once again is going to be Gray Trentman.
Looked like a whole host of Bulldogs. Ty Portman come up off the bottom of the pile.
Ashlock actually on the carry there. We talked a lot about the 1987 Black Dot game early on in this broadcast. Ashlock and Easton Ross, both of their dads played against each other in that game. That was in Tom Bean, however. Here's Jones across the middle, almost intercepted. It's Felder and Hartsfield both had their hands on it. If either one of them were out of each other's way, they probably would have had it. But it falls incomplete and punt time for Tom Bean as it's 4th and about 8 from the Tom Bean 40-yard line. Anthony Hawthorne will go back deep and stand inside the 25-yard line, backpedaling to about the 20. And Ellis, we saw boom some in pregame, which seems like 9 hours ago.
Yeah.
And it's a good snap. Flag down. A low end-over-end kick. Going to bounce at the 38-yard line and go straight out of bounds at the 27-yard line. We'll check the flag and see what this one is. Is this week 2?
I'm beginning to think so.
Still no indication yet. The officials are talking about it. The umpire, Archie Freeman, they're going to wave off the flag.
They are waving off the flag.
Oh, my.
It will be Howe ball at the 38-yard line.
So Howe ball at the 28. Moving left to right, 1st and 10, new set of downs. And, it's just about time for Hawthorne to rip one off here and take it about 72 yards. What do you say?
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be real good. It's been 8:38's a good. Yeah, that's a good time.
As long as they could keep it without any flags. Here's a handoff, Hawthorne, right guard. Not much doing there. Didn't go 70. Only went about 2. And it'll be 2nd down and 8.
Hawthorne getting
the cheerleaders with their pink pom-poms celebrating breast cancer awareness. The Tomcats, who had their pink socks extended all the way up to the knees at the beginning of the game, but they're laying down around the ankles at this point.
Yeah, I've noticed they've slipped down.
Handoff, Hawthorne, and a shoestring tackle. And that was a gain of about 4. But Hawthorne could have been gone for a lot of yards there if it weren't for that shoestring tackle.
Sheldon Robertson and Brock Shields in on the stop for the Tomcats.
It was Robertson's right hand that barely got in there. And I'm pretty sure he could have untied his shoes.
Maybe he tied it.
Maybe he tied it.
Yeah.
3rd and 3.
Here, hold on. Let me get that for you.
This will be Carroll on the reverse. This time it's snuffed out. No! Carroll gets away. He could be gone. He's got the 30, 25, 20, 10, 5. It is touchdown time in Texas. 65 yards.
Hey, there was no flag.
Carroll has one from 64. He adds one from 65.
Stratus played a good ball game tonight. Very good ball game.
Well, let's see if we can have a PAT here without any flags. How about that?
That would be good.
It'll make our kicker kick a 30-yard PAT. Here's Easton Ross to hold. Honecker. And it looks like everything is good. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So now Howe extends their lead 41-12. And we'll take a quick timeout with 7:22 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Back in a moment with more Bulldog football on HoweEnterprise.com.
If you can't see the difference, why pay the difference? Switch to Dish for a great deal. Only Dish offers free HD for 24 months and premium movie channels free for 3 months, including Blockbuster at home. Save a bundle when you combine DishNet high-speed internet with your TV service. Get more for less with Dish. Visit Cavender Home Theater, your Dish authorized retailer, or call 903-892-3499 for details. CavenderHT.com.
For my family, life is a series of celebrations, from my newest born cousin to my grandmother. We all partake in births, weddings, and funerals. Wherever we celebrate, we need to feel welcome. That's why we choose Scoggins Funeral Home in Howe. Scoggins Funeral Home understands our needs. Talk to the caring staff at Scoggins Funeral Home. Call 903-532-5577 or visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium as Honecker bangs this one away. A low line drive kick going to be taken at the 25-yard line on the far side of the field. He'll make his way up to the 30, and down at the 32-yard line goes the Tom Bean ball carrier. We'll try to check and see who that is. It's a pretty long way on that other side of the field.
Well, Zach Blevins in on the stop. Zach Blevins
met by JP.
That might have been
Brandon Wall.
Hunter Brook, I believe, on the return for Tom Bean. So 7:13 on the third quarter clock. And Tom Bean starts their possession at their own 38-yard line. Guess what?
Penalty flag. Dead ball foul.
This one against Tom Bean. You know, their false start too. It's just something tonight. Yeah.
So what did that win for getting it right?
I don't know. Let me see what I have. I have a Diet Dr. Pepper bottle top.
Hey, there we go.
Shotgun. Jones looking near side, wants to throw the home run ball. Jackson goes up for it, goes right through his hands. Pretty good coverage there by the cornerback Quentin Harris. But Jackson played basketball player, just basically went up for a rebound, but it went right through his hands.
Yeah, he's just right through his hand.
Second down and 15 coming up. Again, the false start penalty against Tom Bean for a change. And Jones takes a two-step drop, looks right side, has Ellis. Ellis is immediately met by Quentin Harris and drugged down after about a 3-yard gain, crossing the 40 to the 41-yard line, 9 yards shy of midfield. That'll bring up a third down situation and about 7 to go for the first down. Jones rolling out right side under pressure. And he throws it down the field. It's intercepted by Easton Ross, his second of the night at the 42-yard line. Ross coming up big in this district game tonight with his second interception with 6:26 left to go in the third. Howe leading 41-12.
Yep, again, Easton just staying home and watching the quarterback. Just stepped right in front of the intended receiver and picked it off.
Howe will take over at their own 32-yard line. 6:26 left to go in the third. And this third quarter's going about as well as the second did. Just kind of taking its old time here. Handoff, left side, Stump Matthews. And this time, for the first time tonight, he'll go forwards for about 5 yards. A nice run there by Matthews, who just kind of tippy-toes his way through there, picks his way, and barrels over the last 3 yards. It'll be second down and 5 near midfield at the 47-yard line.
Keona
Puana.
What if he's from Hawaii?
Anthony Hawthorne comes up a bit gimpy off the field. Not anything major, but he does kind of limp off, and he's being attended to by Ricky Yake now. As this will be a handoff on the reverse. Stratton Carroll coming near side. This play has worked all night. To the 40, slips a defender. He cannot slip Robertson at the last minute. He does have enough for a first down inside the 40 to the 38-yard line.
There's a flag.
And yet again, another flag.
Maybe it's just falling out of his pocket.
Those are slippery tonight.
They are.
Slippery. That's a holding call against Howe. Instead of being a first down, well inside Tom Bean territory, inside the 40, this is going to be backed up. The holding spot foul has actually happened back at the line of scrimmage. So Howe will have it at their own 38-yard line. So inside 140 to the other. Big penalty there.
Yeah. But you know, that reverse it's worked tonight. Stratton has wore Tom Bean out.
In effect, that's a 25-yard penalty. Felder in now at the slot. He'll go in motion. Toss to him, running left side, looking for a block. Has one from Hawthorne, and another flag down in the backfield. Felder makes his way to the 45.
Dalton Felder.
But this came in from the back judge. Cade Petty. Holding against Howe. Man alive. You know, being from the Commerce chapter over there, these officials, you think they'd, that's a pretty long drive.
Right.
Get home, guys. Come on.
Boy, and they have long. He's got a very long stride.
15 yards turns into about 17.
Yeah, and then he gives that ball a little extra, maybe a foot farther.
The overstrider.
Right.
So he is strided his way to 2nd down and 18. And this will be a carry to the left side, or up the middle actually. And Hawthorne back into the game will make his way to the 38-yard line. A gain of about 10, but still a long way away. Actually, it's a gain of about 6 possibly. And 3rd down and right at 13 for Howe. Now, the good thing is for Howe, they've been able to move the ball at will. They've been their worst enemy tonight.
They have. They shot themselves in the foot a couple of times.
The only time they've not had success is when they've had penalties, and they've had penalties a lot.
And
Carroll on the reverse. Could he go again? No, he ducks his head. Tom Bean finally stops it. Robertson grabs him at the 45-yard line. It'll be 4th down and about 7. And we'll see if Overby comes in to punt for the first time tonight, and it looks like they will. Looks like the punt team is coming on 4th and 7. Shy of midfield, the ball rests at the 46-yard line. So Howe will punt for the first time tonight. And it'll be Ellis going back deep. Will stand inside the 20 now. He steps right on the 20-yard line. 3:44 on the 3rd quarter clock. Pressure comes from the left side. A high wobbly kick. Going to bounce at the 22. Take a good Howe bounce towards that 10-yard line pylon. And I believe the official will mark it at about the 13. So a really, really nice punt by Charles Overby.
Yeah.
And the Tomcats will start from their own 13-yard line with 3:34 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Howe leading 41-12 here at Bulldog Stadium.
Well, it looks like Carroll's going to take a break, and it's going to be a well-deserved break. He did a fantastic job tonight so far.
You know, the district does have a points system, so we might want to talk about that later on. Here's Jackson running around the right side. He's got some room to run. He breaks the tackle and finally brought down from behind at the 39-yard line by Levi Merzinski, I believe, maybe even Portman. But Jackson with first big yardage of the night up to the 40-yard line.
Levi Merzinski making the tackle.
Yeah, and he's pretty quick himself.
He's very quick. 27-yard run for Jackson on 1st down. Brings up another 1st down and 10 for Tom Bean, moving right to left. 3:19 on the clock. Shotgun formation. Jones has it. Handoff. Jackson bounces it out left side. He's got the 40, 45, and dives forward. And Merzinski will get credit for the tackle, but Jackson kind of ran into Merzinski and forced himself down. It's going to be a 10-yard gain and another 1st down for Tom Bean.
Yeah, it looks like he's got sudden life all of a sudden. He's running tough, running hard.
You have to kind of close this game out if you're Howe, and have not been able to do that a lot in these second halves. Jackson running right side. Portman dives and misses, and Jackson's going to be brought down after another 10-yard gain. So now Tom Bean just basically banishes the air game and the air attack and says, hey, we're going to run the football with Jackson. And Jackson's punched off 27, 10, and 10, and 10 again.
Yeah, he's on a roll.
1st and 10. This is going to be a handoff. Ashlock coming near side on the reverse. And it'll be brought down by Griffin and Merzinski after about a 2-yard gain to bring up 2nd down and 8. Inside 2.5 minutes now in the 3rd quarter. Howe leading 41-12 here at Bulldog Stadium. Shotgun. Fakes the hand this time to Jackson. Throws out the screen to Ashlock, who's brought down by Wilson. And he'll be brought down at about the 32-yard line.
Rosinski and Wilson making the stop.
Start looking at some records here. Start pulling those up in the series. The most points ever scored and things of that nature. We'll try to get that to you momentarily. Here's Ty Portman knocks down the pass in the backfield. Jones was trying to throw the screen. Portman was right there to bat it down.
Nice defensive play. Number 34, Ty Portman.
So, your Tom Bean. It's 4th and 3.
Jackson around the right side for me. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, it looks like they got him split out wide.
Shotgun formation. Jones wants to throw, rolling right side, throwing it deep down the field for Jackson, who's open, but Easton Ross, his 3rd interception of the night at the 2-yard line. He actually goes into the end zone for a touchback. Ross with his best game of his young life.
Easton's played a good defensive game tonight, too.
Yes, he has. So Howe will take over at their own 25 with 131 left to go in the 3rd quarter, leading 41-12 over Tom Bean. Now, if you want to talk about most points scored by Howe over Tom Bean, there's still a ways to go. Howe scored 68 in 1984 on Tom Bean. Lopez, handoff, Hawthorne, right side, and pushing his way forward, gain of about 3 or 4. 2nd down and 6 coming up with 1:22 rolling here in the 3rd quarter. So 68 points would be the most that Howe's ever scored on Tom Bean. Flip it around the other way, and Tom Bean scored 57 on Howe back in 2003. I think that was back when, is that when they had Buddy Hansen, the Jumpin' Jack Flash kid? Was that about that era?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Led the world. Here's Hawthorne, left side. He's got some room, and he could go. Look out. He's all alone with one defender chasing him, who does have the angle and pushes him out of bounds at the 20-yard line. It was a foot race from the 25-yard line, and finally it was Gray Trentman who pushed him out of bounds at about the 20, or Hawthorne would have been gone again. They'll actually mark it at the 23-yard line. Boy, anytime that young man touches the football, he can go.
Yeah, he can. I'm sorry, I was watching down here on the sidelines. It looked like Matt Griffin come off the field for a second. They were checking on him.
And off Stump Matthews over the left guard.
Number 44.
And he'll gain his way to the 4-yard line. We haven't had permission yet from his parents to call him Stump Matthews. That's our official nickname we've given him. So Tristan Matthews is his name. Hopefully his parents are okay with this.
Oh, I bet they are. I bet they are.
Well, we have a break in the action. Remind you that the 5th quarter
will have the end of the 3rd quarter coming up as the clock winds down here. Howe leads 41-12 heading into the 4th quarter. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog football on HoweEnterprise.com.
GCEC Wireless, located in Van Alstyne off of Exit 51, can help you with all your Verizon wireless needs. They have a wide range of products and services, including smartphones, wireless home and mobile internet, wireless home phone service, and accessories. They're also your local DirecTV dealer. So come on by or call them at 903-712-2355. That's GCEC Wireless. And go Bulldogs!
Think back to the best fried pie you've ever had. It won't compare to Sweetie Pies in Van Alstyne. They have handmade apricot, apple, peach, buttermilk, chocolate, coconut, and lemon fried pies that melt in your mouth. Located at 120 South Main Street in Van Alstyne on the east side of downtown. Give them a call at 903-712-PIES. That's 903-712-7437. Sweetie Pies can also make custom Howe cookies, muffins, and other baked goods.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium as we enter the 4th quarter. And Howe leads 41-12. Last year, Howe won this football game 43-20. 46-20 rather. In game number 600. Oh, I'm sorry. That was not last year. That was 2009.
I didn't remember playing last year, but
My apologies. I've got to look at my dates. 2009, the last time. Stratton Carroll in motion, and Lopez is going to keep it over right guard. He'll gain 3 or 4 yards. It'll be third down and short for Howe.
Quarterback keeper.
I should have known when you questioned.
Sheldon Robertson in on the stop. Well,
we were talking about that earlier, and you said, was that last year? And I'm like, yeah, of course it was, yeah.
Hey,
nope.
That's okay.
3rd and 2.5, 3 yards. As Bulldogs send the play in through Caleb Ake. Hartsfield breaks the huddle. Howe leading 41-12. Now into the fourth quarter. Lopez, handoff, left side Matthews. And not much doing there, maybe a yard.
Matthews.
Still going to be 4th down and a little bit needed for a first here. And now you got to think maybe Honaker.
And Brett Shields, Sheldon Robertson in on the stop for the Tomcats.
Brett Shields.
Hey, I think he's copying. Keep an eye on the guy next door.
What's he doing?
I think he's listening in.
To us? Yeah. Stealing our stuff over there, guys. As Hartsfield breaks the huddle. 10:42 left to go in the game. Lopez on the reverse to Carroll, right side, brought down by Robertson. Robertson finally has figured that out. And the last several times Howe's run that reverse to the right side, Robertson's been right there, either to catch a shoestring or to catch a ride.
Right.
And he caught a ride there for a first down for Howe on Carroll's back, who checks out of the game. Brandon Wall will check in now. Several new faces into the game, as well as Andrew Griffin. Hawthorne for a moment was going to run onto the field, and then Coach Dale West said, "Hold it, young man." Stopped in his tracks and ran off the field. Quentin Harris came in. Lopez under center, handoff. Andrew Griffin up the middle. Shot out of a cannon and then finally flung backwards at about the 4-yard line. Forward progress took him to the 4, and it will be 1st and goal for Howe. As Griffin, the freshman, on the carry.
Sheldon Robertson for Tom Bean in on the stop. He's made a lot of tackles tonight.
This drive started at the Tom Bean 25-yard line with 1:31 left to go in the third. A nice drive as we now hit the 9.5-minute mark. Howe trying to punch it in. 1st and goal from the 4. Lopez under center in hurry-up mode. Trying to draw Tom Bean off sides. Brandon Wall goes in motion. Handoff Hawthorne up the middle. Did he get in? Touchdown time in Texas. Hawthorne on the board again. Howe's lead is extended 47-12 with 9:19 left to go in this football game. Well, how many touchdowns is that for Hawthorne tonight? We'll have to tally them up. A 75-yarder and a 6-yarder, and now a 4-yarder. 3rd touchdown of the night brings him to 13 on the year. Honaker's PAT is up and true. 48-12, Howe in the lead and in control of Tom Bean right here with 9:19 left to go in this football game. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com.
It's way too hot for your vehicle's AC to go out. Head over to 4A Automotive in Howe for their special air conditioning service checkup for just $39.95. For over 10 years, they've provided the most reliable and dependable service and repairs in the area. 4A Automotive is a bumper-to-bumper service shop. They do it all, from autos to diesels, and they're front-end specialists too. So call 4A Automotive today at 903-546-0024. They're located 4 miles east of Howe at the corner of FM 902 and Luella Road.
Calling all Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic and Howe for half-price shakes after 8 and open until midnight. Home games only, where you get great food and big smiles. And a little message for all our Howe football players: go Bulldogs, fight, Bulldogs win, win, win. Because it's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Preparing to kick off.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. 9:19 left to go in this football game. Howe leading 48-12 over Tom Bean. The kickoff is a short pooch kick. Fair catch called for at the 27-yard line. And that will be called for by Tom Bean's up man. And that will be Lane Beck, the senior, 6'3", 170. Waved his arms in the air, made the catch, and Tom Bean will start at their own 28, actually. 75-yard drive for the Bulldogs. Started with 1:31 left to go on the third quarter clock. A very impressive drive. Capped off by a 4-yard touchdown by Anthony Hawthorne. Shotgun formation. Jones hands to Ashlock, running to the far side. Escapes Felder's tackle and gains about 3, 4, maybe even 5 yards as he barreled his way across the 30 to about the 33. Second down and 7 for Tom Bean. Easton Ross, I see him just drooling over here on the near side, looking for his 4th interception of the game, as I believe they will be staying away from him. And this will be Jackson, handoff, right side. Dylan Moreau and Andrew Griffin bring him down after a 3-yard gain to the 35-yard line. You know, that's something, all that's on game film now. When you go to the rest of the district, teams will take note that Easton Ross had 3 interceptions in this football game, and that changes the game for teams like White Wright and S&S and Leonard. When they think about throwing the ball, they might throw it the other way.
Yeah, they might go away from Easton.
And that could put more pressure on Quentin Harris and Nick Wilson on the far side. Handoff to the far side. A new running back into the game will pick up a first down, and on the carry will be Keone Pawuna. I knew as soon as I messed up one time, you were going to jump all over me.
There we go. Andrew Griffin made this.
Well, the look on your face was worth $1 million.
That's right. Well, where's my money? That's
Keone Pawuna. High snap, Jones, handoff up the middle, dragging defenders is Ashlock. A nice gain of about 6 yards, close to midfield at the 46-yard line.
Joel Minivar on the stop.
That's some funny stuff.
That is right there. I am not the only one.
Here I was putting the highlight reel together with all these names.
That one has to be there too.
I've got to add my own. Jones, handoff, Ashlock, and not much doing this time. Back to the line of scrimmage. I believe that was Minivar.
Yeah, Minivar in on the stop.
Minivar once again on the stop.
New player into the game for Howe on defense. Tyler Davies will check in, and he'll be the right end for the Howe Bulldogs. Left end, rather. In pursuit of Pawuna, who took the ball around the left side.
Levi Brzezinski running him out of bounds. Did what happened to Jackson? Did he taking a break? I didn't.
Yeah, that's a good question. It's a good question. Jackson nowhere to be found on the football field. And, Jones still into the game. Pawuna is into the game. That was good enough for a first down. Here's a handoff. Ashlock back to the line of scrimmage. Met by J.P. Queen and Austin Bearden. And even though the marker says 4th and 10, it was actually 1st and 10, now 2nd. And right at 10, let's say lost just a few inches there, but still enough to say 2nd down and 10. We're at the 5:34 mark. Clock still rolling here in the 4th quarter. Howe in the lead, 48-12 over Tom Bean. And this is the way Howe wanted to really get rolling after that district opening loss to Gunner. Howe thinks that they've got a real shot here. Tonight was a good test. Puana along the left side, and he'll get the carry and a gain of about a yard. And now a late flag comes in from the back judge.
Turning the ball for a gain of a couple. However, there is a penalty flag on the field.
And all night long, the penalty bug has just really got both teams. Still sorting it out.
All those face masking against the Bulldogs.
Face mask, as you can hear Wes Robertson on the PA there. Face mask against the Bulldogs. And that will be an automatic first down for
as a result
for Tom Bean. Not automatic, but it will go past the sticks. 15-yard penalty. Again, there's no more 5-yard face masks. They're all 15 yards. So you've got to really be careful these days. That puts the ball inside the 35-yard line to the 34. Tom Bean moving left to right. In Howe territory, Ashlock carry left side, gain of 1, second down and 9 coming up. 4:55 and rolling in the fourth quarter. Howe leading Tom Bean 48-12. The Bulldogs led 14-6 just after starting the second quarter. And the second quarter is where they did most of their damage. Leading at half 28-12, but coming up 2 yards shy of punching it in right before half. And really upping the score at the half, but things just went terribly wrong right before the half with tons of penalties. Here's a handoff up the middle and met almost immediately and brought down by Davies. Loss on the play.
That was sometime yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe so. So Howe did most of the damage in the second quarter, although it was very sloppy. And then, of course, the third quarter was very advantageous for the Bulldogs as well. Hawthorne going 6 yards. And here's Jones wanting to throw, almost intercepted again by the Bulldogs. Not Easton Ross this time, but Nick Wilson and company over there. And that'll bring up,
Wilson, number 4, on defensive coverage.
I believe this is going to be fourth down. Check on the far side. I can't even find the stick.
Oh, it's turned sideways.
Yeah, he's got it turned the wrong way.
He's showing those guys down there standing on the fence.
There you go. Jones flushed out of the pocket, going to throw on the run. And as soon as the young man went up to catch the ball, he was hit by Quentin Harris. It falls incomplete. And Howe will take over on downs. And another turnover on downs for Tom Bean.
Ball goes over on down.
So Howe will take over with 3:36 on the clock at their own 36-yard line. Trying to kill the clock here. New faces into the game on offense. Brandon Wall. No, actually, that's Andrew Griffin, who was in a moment ago. Dylan Moreau also into the game. And now J.P. Queen will check in.
Zach Blevins.
So a brand new set. And now one of the linemen break the huddle, and not sure they know what's going on here, and I think a timeout's been called. Hal has taken a timeout. Some confusion with new players going into the game. We'll take one too. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com.
Leonard, 31.
You're invited to the one and only Bucksnort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to decide. Come taste the difference at Bucksnort Barbecue. For complete store information, including menu, location, and hours, click on bucksnortbarbecue.com. That's bucksnortbbq.com. Bucksnort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is a proud supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium as Howe all over Tom Bean tonight. 48-12, 3:10 left in the game. And the new faces into the game for the Bulldogs. Clock winds. Here we go. 3:07. Handoff up the middle. I believe that's Griffin, and he'll gain 1 or 2. Brandon Wall into the game now at quarterback.
Andrew Griffin, the ball carrier.
Lots of new faces.
Wall, now quarterback.
Carter Cowie? Coward? Yeah. Tom Bean, go ahead and put that on your reel too.
I'm going to call him Corey.
There we go. Hey, there we go. Corey. Sounds good to me.
Into the game for Howe, Jacob Taylor. And of course, Clay Marshall still into the game. And this will be a handoff. Dylan Moreau to the right side. No gain. Trying to check all the players into the game. Some new faces for the Bulldogs. Chase Anderson into the game on the offensive line. Chase Anderson is a 6', 240-pound senior. His father was an offensive lineman here for the Howe Bulldogs. Played center on the district championship 1991 team. His dad, Jared Anderson, was a really good football player back in those gold football days. Hartsfield still into the game at center. Don't want to have any problems with the snap exchange. Brandon Wall goes under center, and he'll hand off on the reverse to Queen, who will gain about 5 yards. Now that's what Stratton Carroll has had most of his success on tonight, scoring a 64-yard touchdown and a 65-yard touchdown tonight on that very play. And Queen gets enough for about 5 or 6, which will bring up a punt situation. Not enough for the first down. And Overby will punt for only the second time tonight. There is less than a minute on the clock. And another flag has been thrown. And we were just talking about Chase Anderson, and not sure Chase Anderson should have been in there on the punt team, as he came off the field late. I believe the Bulldogs had too many men on the field. They'll back that one up 5 yards, and Overby will punt it instead of about the 25-yard line or 27-yard line. He'll back up to about the 22. The snap. Waiting on the snap on this fourth down play. 41 seconds on the clock. There's the snap. High, brought down by Overby. Goes off the side of his foot. A wobbly kick and a bounce at the Tom Bean.
Overby punt. Out of bounds at the
47-yard line. And now there's just 31 seconds left to go when this one is just about all over but the crying. 48-12. Howe in the lead. Howe continues their domination over Tom Bean historically. Howe will now have 29 wins to Tom Bean's 10. Again, Tom Bean went 52 years only winning one game against Howe.
That's a long time.
And now you know why they had the black dot game in '87 and the whole town went nuts and they acted like they won the Super Bowl when they beat Howe that year. Handoff Ashlock on the far side. Brought down by Griffin and Felder. And that probably will be the end of the game. Again, the tie-breaking in district, we'll get into this later on in the weeks to come, but 13 points is the tiebreaker. So once you get past that, there's no real reason to run up the score, because when everybody's tied, let's say Howe and Tom Bean and White Wright, let's say they were tied, it comes down to point differential. 13's the max. So Howe winning by 13 tonight over Tom Bean is in really good shape. And that situation shouldn't come down to that. Howe's a winner tonight, 48-12 here at Bulldog Stadium. We'll be back in a moment to wrap this one up. More Howe Bulldog football on HoweEnterprise.com.
Offensive line.
The Howe Athletic Booster Club invites you to become a supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
The type of kids we have, they're just hard workers and do anything you ask.
Memberships are $25 and will be available at all home games. All proceeds benefit high school and middle school athletic programs. Please join the Howe Athletic Booster Club in our efforts to support our hometown kids.
When people come here, it's something they can be proud of.
The Howe Enterprise has served Howe as the hometown news since 1963. Since then, the Bulldogs have won 8 district, 7 by-district, 3 area championships, and 1 regional title. We've seen 14 different head coaches during that time. The Howe Enterprise has been with the Bulldogs for 51 years. We were there when the Pride of Howe won 3 band state championships. HoweEnterprise.com publishes weekly on Mondays.
Celebratory fight song tonight after a big win here at home against Tom Bean, 48-12. And Howe in good shape now in district, evening their record at 1-1, and taking up for last week's loss to Gunner by making up for a big win tonight, 48-12 over their White Rock companion, Tom Bean Tomcats. Let's wrap this one up and go over the game for you. This might take a while. There was lots of activity and lots of possessions by both teams. I want to thank Stephen Braswell for helping us out tonight, and Robbie Seagroves for walking out the door. Thank you very much, Rob. Let's wrap this one up. The Tom Bean Tomcats took the first possession at their own 49-yard line, and it was capped off by Daniel Jackson, who went 5 yards and capped off the 51-yard drive. That gave Tom Bean the lead 6-0. A crazy 2-point conversion that was unsuccessful left Tom Bean with the 6-0 lead with 8:26 left to go in the first quarter. Howe took the ball on their first possession with 8:29 left to go in the first at their own 39-yard line, and Dalton Felder ended up scoring from 8 yards out. Howe did kick the extra point to take the lead 7-6 with 6:13 left to go in the first quarter. Tom Bean took the ball at their own 43 with 6:13 left to go and turned it over on downs to Howe at the 47-yard line. And Joaquin Lopez ended up taking it over from 8 yards out to up the Howe lead 14-6 with 11:54 left to go in the second. That's when everything went nuts. The second quarter took 9 years.
Tomorrow it might be 15.
Tom Bean took the ball at their own 33-yard line with 11:42 left to go in the second quarter. Easton Ross picked off the pass for his first interception of the night. He had 3 on the night. Howe took over at their own 32 with 9:53 left to go in the second, and that's when Anthony Hawthorne raced 75 yards for his first touchdown of the night, which extended the Howe lead 21-6. with 9:09 left to go in the second quarter. Tom Bean got the ball at their own 36-yard line and ended up punting back to Howe at their own 36 with 7:59 left to go in the second. And that's when Stratton Carroll raced 64 yards for his first touchdown of the night. That extended Howe's lead 28-6 with 7:47 left to go in the second quarter. Tom Bean punted back to Howe. Howe took it at their own 45-yard line, 7:01 left to go in the second, and that's when Hawthorne fumbled. Brett Shields recovered, gave Tom Bean the ball at their own 35-yard line, and they turned it over on downs again. Hawthorne took the ball at the 12-yard line, fumbled again, which basically hand-gifted a touchdown for Tom Bean at the Howe 10-yard line with 1:55 left to go before the half. A 2-yard touchdown by Hunter Brook cut the Howe lead 28-12 with 1:44 left to go before the half. And that's when Howe took it at their own 31, raced down with 1:38 left to go on the clock. And Stratton Carroll, fighting his way to try to get in the end zone right before the half, was pushed out of bounds at the 2-yard line. And the halftime score was 28-12 but it was very ugly right before the half with several flags, several penalties. Ended up having ejections later on. We went to the second half, and Howe took the ball at their own 35-yard line to open up the half. Ended up with a six-yard touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown by Anthony Hawthorne. The extra point had about 3 flags. It seemed like it might have been 2, but it was Bryce Honecker who basically kicked a 30-yard PAT. It was wide left, and that left Howe with a 34-12 lead with 10:04 left to go in the third quarter clock. Tom Bean took over at their own 37, ended up punting it back to Howe, who took over at their own 28 with 10:04 left to go in the third, and that's when Carroll bounced it open on the reverse again for 65 yards, his second of the night, and that capped off the 72-yard drive and up the Howe lead 41-12 with 7:22 left to go in the third. Tom Bean took the ball at the 38-yard line with 7:13, and Easton Ross picked off his second pass of the night, which gave Howe the ball back at the 42. Howe ended up punting there, gave Tom Bean back the ball. Easton Ross took it away again, his third interception of the night. And that gave Howe the ball with 1:31 left to go in the third at the 25-yard line, and Anthony Hawthorne punched it in from 4 yards out. His third touchdown of the night. That upped the Howe lead 48-12 with 9:19 left to go in the game. Tom Bean took over at their own 28, turned it over on downs. Howe took the ball at the 36, punted. Tom Bean took the ball at the 47, and basically by that time the ball game was over.
Do you need a throat lozenge after all?
I need a lot. Yeah. I'm going to need some salt water or something.
Yeah.
That's a lot of action.
That was a lot of action. That was a good, the score was high, but that really was a competitive ball game up till there, maybe the third quarter.
Yeah.
Got out of control.
Yeah.
But it was a really good ball game. I mean, both teams, I figured it would be. It was the ejections are a little disheartening, even if they aren't for the Bulldogs. I mean, that's I don't know. It's just not acceptable, I wouldn't think.
Right. Yeah, I just love the way that Howe came out here tonight, and we've talked about not being able to close out second halves. That Howe in the first part of this season had scored 42 in the first quarter, 52 in the second quarter, but only 22 points in the second half in all of these games, 7 and 15 points.
Yeah.
So really not closing out, or the other teams are really making adjustments against the slot T offense. It's one or the other. And it looked like tonight, for the first time in a while, Howe's played a complete football game. The Bulldogs look like now, with that being said, there's not a lot of things to just jump for joy about in the locker room tomorrow watching the film, because there's a ton of penalties tonight. And flags were all over. As a matter of fact, I thought the field had turned yellow for the second quarter.
I wouldn't want to be in the locker room in the morning.
It's one of those, and every time that Howe would score, something would either happen on the PAT or something happened right before they scored, whereas you can't really get too excited because they made so many mistakes getting to the end zone. Now they were able to basically do at will whatever they wanted to offensively tonight. They basically overcame themselves.
Yes.
Jumping off sides, holding, so many holding calls tonight, chop blocks, things that they've really got to work on for the upcoming rest of the district play.
Yeah, and it's going to get I don't think it's going to get any easier. I think it's going to be. I think the rest of the remaining games they have are going to be competitive games.
Well, they should be, and with a 48-12 win tonight, next week Howe will travel to S&S, and then they'll travel to White Wright. So there's only one more home game left.
And S&S is, that's where Coach Patterson went. And, he's going to be competitive. He always, every time you roll into S&S or he comes to here, he knows these kids. He was here when some of these kids were freshmen and sophomores. He's familiar with them. They're going to play tough next week.
Extremely important game next week in SNS, and you can catch it all right here on HoweEnterprise.com. For everyone who's been a part of this, including Michael Mosher and Stephen Braswell, I'm Monty Walker. See you next week in SNS. So long, everybody.
You've been listening to Howe Bulldogs Football. Howe Bulldogs Football has been brought to you by Abby's Restaurant, GCEC Wireless, Scoggins Funeral Home, Bucksnort Barbecue, Cavender Home Theater, SAP Consulting, Sweetie Pies, Fast Signs, Kiri's Coffee Company, 4A Automotive, and Sonic. He pushes his way in. It is touchdown time in Texas for the first time in the 2014 season.